welcome to the show, everybody. Razorback Live with the Sarge, and I'm the Sarge.
Hog Wild.
We got Hog Wild always with us, and we're gonna bring you the game at 1 o'clock. But we figured we come on a little early, get everybody in, and say hello, talk a little bit about yesterday's win, and then we'll go into enjoying the game together. See who we got in the chat. Moobly, good to see ya. Let's go. Woo Pig Suey.
Angel.
Absolutely. Big Tiff, how you doing? Good to see you over on Twitch. We are live on YouTube and Twitch today. Big Tiff, I see with the Razorback emote. I will see what I can do to get that done. I know that can't be done over there on Twitch. I will see.
I'll look into see how to get
see
it
how we
uploaded.
can get it uploaded on there. Oh, my daughter's in the chat too. Hey, honey. So, Angel, how we doing? So, we got everybody in the chat. We'll give everybody a little bit to get in the chat. Just make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Your boys are sitting at 2,393 subs. So, hopefully by the end of the day, we can get over 400, 425, somewhere in there. Just keep moving forward. We'll wait a little bit to get let some folks get in, and before we go over the game. We had yesterday's game. We had a little bit of technical issues to on my end, so we're gonna try something today to. No, Tiff, we won't be doing basketball today. We may catch the end of the game. I'm not sure.
Twitch.
On Twitch, we may come over to Twitch and do the back half of the game after baseball, if there's enough of the game to make it worth our while. But yes, if it's I think it starts at 3. So if the ball game's almost over and they're still in the first half or at halftime or something, we'll come and we'll do the last half of the basketball game over on Twitch for you guys.
I mean, if the baseball game goes as long as it did yesterday, it was only an hour and a half.
No, it was 2 hours and I got it right here. It was. Let's see. Usually they put it right here in the stats. Started at 2 hours and 24 minutes.
So I mean,
yeah, we may catch the whole game. Actually, to be honest, it'll be close. But if we can, we will switch over and I'll do the basketball game on Twitch for you guys. I got nothing else going on. Today, so that's not a problem. Yeah, Mobley. Most of the times they're around 3 hours. Yeah,
I'm hoping to see out of Deets today at pitching.
Yeah. But let's kind of go over some of the stats from yesterday. We had an Arkansas win 5-2 over Xavier and in the opener. This is game 2 today. We had a total of obviously 5 runs to 2. Xavier actually out-hit us 9-5. We both committed an error. Gabe Gacko pitched a pretty good 5 innings. I mean, I don't know if you can ask him to do much more. He pitched 5 strong innings, only gave up 4 hits, and he threw 1 bad pitch that got deposited over the right field wall. But you only walked 2 batters. He struck out 7, and he threw 77 pitches. He knocked his ERA down to 1.88. So he's, for a Friday starter, I'll take that. And of course, you bring in Cole Gibbler, and he does his thing, pitches 4 strong innings, only gives up 5 hits and 1 earned run. He walked nobody. He struck out 2, and he's got a 1.54 ERA. So back-to-back games where Gabe and Cole pretty much pitched for the whole game. It was a pretty good game. Now, on the flip side, after the 1 inning, the Xavier pitcher really settled in and kind of got after us because we wound up with 12 strikeouts. Now, if you watched our video that I have at the end of the live, it should. No, it won't end the live. Sorry. But we did a video the other night that's on the channel about the wrapped up the series in down in Texas. We left a lot of runners on base, and they seemed to fix that problem yesterday, and only to create another problem. We had 2 guys left on base, but we had 12 strikeouts. Well, if you have 12 strikeouts, you're not getting a lot of guys on base to leave them on base. So, kind of frustrated with the 12 strikeouts, and a lot of them were looking. Yesterday, if you watched the game with us yesterday on Twitch, you've seen a lot of standing there and looking at the strikes on the strike 3 call. So hopefully, we get a little better performance out of the bats today, and we'll see what happens. Yesterday, Ruiz was 0 for 4. Souza was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Ryder Helfrich went 0 for 3 with a run scored. Cam Kozel was 1 for 4, and I do believe he hit the home run, a 3-run homer. So that was nice to see Cam, or should I say Camden Kozel, keeping his bat hot. Aloy went 1 for 2, and then Reese Robinette was 0 for 3. Micah New was 0 for 3. TJ Pompey was 0 for 2 with a run scored, and Carson Brumbaugh at shortstop was 1 for 3 with a run scored. A lot of strikeouts. Carson Brumbaugh had 2. TJ had 2. Micah had 2. Reese had 2. Cahil had 1. Camden had 1. Ryder had 1, and Damon Ruiz had 1. We got to cut down on them strikeouts, boys. The bats got to get to the ball. But yeah, it is what it is. It was a win. Wasn't pretty, but we 4-1, and we took care of a pretty good pitcher yesterday. So we'll see how we do today. If we look at today, let's see if it will let me go back, please. Okay, here we go. We'll go to game 2, and no, it's not going to have the stats today, but it is, I do believe, if I remember correctly, who pitched second last time, YT?
It was the kid out of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma transfer. I just can't remember his name.
Man, it's terrible. Let me see.
I mean, there's a lot of new pitchers on the team, so it's kind of hard to. We'll get them down by a couple more games.
Yeah. Let me find it real quick. I should have had that pulled up already. Hunter Dietz. I'm just going.
Dietz should be the first.
Blanks. Hunter Dietz is the starter for this game, and then tomorrow's pitcher will be Colin Fisher. Dietz did a good job in his first. Well, I wouldn't say good. He went 2 innings, but he has a lot of movement on his pitches, and it was just moving a little too much. So I would like to see him, get that under control, get that arm release and timing down, so he's putting that ball in the strike zone. But we'll see how he does today. It's a little cloudy. It's a little cooler today than it was yesterday. So we'll see how that works out. But let's see what we got. Movie says too many strikeouts. Absolutely, that was a big thing for sure. We did have a record attendance yesterday at Baum-Walker for opening day. Over 10,000, I think it was. It says attendance was 10,388. Supposedly that's a record for Arkansas's opening day. So Awesome job, everybody, for getting out there. Yes, that Angel, that tall pitcher from Xavier was actually from here in Rogers, I do believe, and his mom played volleyball for the Razorbacks, and yeah, he could deal for sure. Mobley says we need 10 runs today, bro. I feel you, man. Um, and you're right. That's worrisome come SEC play. Yeah, if you were striking out, and I don't want to take nothing from Xavier's pitching rotation, but this is not SEC pitching we're facing, and we're striking out 12 times. I would like to think by the time we get to the SEC play, the weather's warmed up, our guys are into rhythm, and we're not going to be striking out 12 times in a game. So I will give them the benefit of the doubt because it's early. The weather's cool. We all know when we used to play ball, if you played ball, it sucks to play when it's cold. I mean, it just does. Angel, game day going to be at Arkansas versus Florida. Yeah, we will have that Arkansas versus Florida basketball game right here on the channel, too. Mama Sarge is in the building. Hey, Mama Sarge. Mobley Briz, Big Tuna, he hit 98. I can't see that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was throwing the ball for sure. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't think it's in any way, shape, or form or we're in any kind of, trouble. Saps, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming in for over on Twitch with us, and for day 2, we are live on YouTube today also. But you got that Twitch figured out, so you can watch it on the big TV yesterday. So we appreciate you doing that. And he says they just need to be more aggressive. They are taking too many good pitches. Absolutely, I just said that, Saps. So appreciate you coming in and saying the same thing right behind me, confirming my suspicions that we stood there and looked at too many fastballs, and then we swing on them breaking balls or sliders out of the zone. So, yes, I agree with you 100% on that. Okay, I mean, that's going to happen. That's just the game. But when you make a habit of it and strike out 12 times, we got to be a little more plate discipline. I'd like to see a lot more plate discipline. And if you're going to draw some walks and foul off them hard pitches and then execute on the fastballs. When a pitcher makes a mistake, you make them pay for it. Hey, we got a gifted subscriptions from Hog Wild YT. So if you get a free subscription to the channel, give a big thank you to Hog Wild because he just gifted a subscription out, and nice to know that that's working come up on the screen. Not the emote that I had on there, the picture I had, but it did come up. So. Yes, Mobley, absolutely. The hitting coach has got to get these boys in gear, that's for sure. So how's everybody doing on a Saturday afternoon? We're pretty much just going to hang out and chat with you guys until the game starts, so let me hear how you're doing. Mobley said, "Man, that scared me." Yeah. We've been trying to get to show up on the stream when you guys subscribe or do follows and stuff like that, so we can so everybody can see. And for some reason, it just does not want to be consistent with it. But that one come up and worked, so maybe that's a good sign on how today's going to go. Give me your predictions today. You can either put them down in the comments below because the comments will really help this live get out to people after we're done with it. If you could if you comment your predictions on what you think the score is going to be and who's going to win, I should put. Let me see if I can put a poll up real quick in the chat for you guys. Yeah, I can. Let's see here. Wins today. Actually, we're going to do a little something different today. We're not going to ask you who's going to win. We're going to do...
We should do how many innings is Dietz going to pitch for?
Does Arkansas...
More than 2?
Does Arkansas run rule Xavier? Yes or no? Tell us what you think. Do we get a run rule today or no? Okay, so the poll should be at the top of the chat. You guys tell us what you think. We'd love to hear it. Sap says yes, 15 after 2, 15-2 after 7. He's calling it. Joe G, did you get Hog Wild's gifted sub?
Mm-hmm.
Keeping it in-house. Brady, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Good. Enjoy commercial-free Sarge telecast. Or broadcast. I don't know if it would say telecast, but... We got 32 people waiting on the game. We got 13 likes, so we got a bunch of guys and gals that didn't hit that like button. So let's get that up. We batting.
We're batting really good on YouTube.
Are we?
We got 14. We got 20 watching, 14 likes.
Okay, so yeah, all right, we're close then. If you're over on Twitch, make sure if you're not followed to go ahead and hit that follow button. We'd appreciate that a whole lot. Your boy's trying to grow that channel too for you guys. Jay, nice to see you, bud. Appreciate you coming over on Twitch, watching with us. There you go, Joe. Joe's got both of them pulled up. Brady G says, when's the next softball watch party gonna be? I heard about her and a no-hitter home opener. Yeah. Man, I would do if there's not a conflicting day where it's baseball and it's just the girls are scheduled to play softball, I will definitely do a softball game for you guys. That's not a problem. I like to watch women's softball, and we need to support our lady backs anyway. And if it comes down to it, we may just, if we got a midweek game or something that's the boys are going to cream somebody, then we may do a little vote, and in the community notes, I'll put a poll out and see who wants to watch the softball game or the baseball game.
I think they have a doubleheader today.
Yeah, there's a lot going on today. Baseball today, basketball today, softball today, track today. I mean, literally the campus is full.
The Olympics are still going on.
Yeah,
I think we're set. The hockey team's set to play today.
Yeah, the women's hockey won the gold. Chase, good to see you, buddy. He said Northwestern is going to be televised. Yeah, it figures that they would televise it when we're doing the ball game today.
USA. Isn't that how Borat says it in that movie? USA.
Yeah. That's a fact. Men's hockey's tomorrow at 7 a.m. for gold.
Oh, good Lord. I don't know if I could wake up that early.
Sap, are they playing, is it U.S. and Canada, I'm assuming?
Didn't we beat the brakes off of them when they were talking smack?
Yeah, okay. I figured it was going to be Canada. Thursday, Joe says Thursday softball plays on SEC Plus against Omaha at 4 p.m. I think we have a game Thursday. Let me look. I got the schedule pulled up right here. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And no, we don't. So we can do that game Thursday. Joji, don't let me forget that. It was a day off for me for not streaming a game. But if enough of you guys want the softball game, then I will stream the softball game Thursday. So I'll tell you this: if we get up to 100 likes in this before this stream is over, this live stream and the ball game is over, I will do the softball game for you guys. Thursday when they play Omaha. So just make sure everybody in the chat is pushing that likes.
I'll be right back. I have to
take
the dog out.
Go ahead. We did. We got about 7 minutes before the game starts. We did get slapped by YouTube again. That's why I'm going to need you guys' help to make sure that people are seeing the content. If you could share it, if you could tell people about us. YouTube got us when we tried to bring you the Flow Sports games. They got us. So they basically are shadow banning us and holding our channel down till May 13th. So, we had almost 10,000 people in here watching that night, and Flow didn't like that. So they got me for $150, and we didn't get to watch the games for you guys. You guys didn't get to watch the games, so I apologize for that, but nothing they can do. And we was just set to get out of jail to today. Today we would have been able to put super chats out and monetize and let you guys donate if you wanted to. We will never ask you for money, but if you want to, we would have done it. But now we're back out for another 86 days. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. I ain't doing this for the money anyway, so I'm doing it because I like sports. I love the Razorbacks, and I love you guys. You guys are like family, man. It's fun to hang out with you guys, especially all you regulars that come in and stay with me. And YT. Phil, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. We just hanging out, letting everybody get in, and till the game starts, about 6 more minutes. Joe G, you're trying to put me to work, aren't you? Softball plays Friday at 8 p.m. and baseball is at 3, so you could do both of those games Friday as well if you wanted. I can I can try. I mean, it's not a problem to do, but it's just on the viewers. I mean, I can't spend a couple hours streaming for 4 people, but if we get enough people in here to do it, I will do the softball. It's depending on how today's streams go too. We're at 29 people, so which I appreciate all 29 of you. Don't think I don't, but and that's probably because YouTube's not putting our information out there right now. They're holding us, suppressing. They're not showing our thumbnails and stuff to a lot of people. Yeah, YT. Yeah, you won't have to be here for a lot of that. If we get today working where I'm going to control everything on my end, you don't have to be there for all that unless you want to be. I'll give you some days off. Don't worry. I'm not a slave driver. You got a family, and I mean I do too. But my family understands this is what I want to do, and this is what I like to do. So, yeah. Chad, I'm not seeing a whole lot of predictions. Hopefully you're putting them in the comments below the video. If you can comment during the live, it may have to wait till after, but if that's the case, if you got to wait till after, just comment, how you like the stream. If the stream was good, anything we could do better for you during the stream. If we can, change something, let us know. Because we want to make it the best experience for you guys. We will not be on camera during the game. We will give you the full screen game, and we will stay off camera. We're not going to try to play-by-play the game. You guys know how it goes. We will react to plays with you guys, but other than that, it's just going to be the game we're going to be watching. So I hope everybody enjoys it. Should be 3 minutes, and I'm hoping this all goes well. And I know it's going to play, but for some reason it was not playing full screen in the stream yesterday. So I've tested it about 6 different times since last night, and it worked with no problem. So hopefully it does. Hogs big, Movie says 13-3. Arky Joe says Hogs 5-4 win today. Okay, Movie, no comment during live. Yeah, so if you guys would, just after we end the show, just like I said, give us a little criticism. Tell us you love us, tell us you hate us. Call me fat, I don't care. Just put something in the comments because it will help YouTube see that our videos are, getting engagements. The more, the better. Chase says 6-3 Arkansas. So let's see. Let me see if I can see we'll get rid of all this stuff here. Let's look at the chat right now. We got 80% of y'all think we're going to run reel them. There's a 20% chance that we're not. So right now it's 80-20. Man, my allergies so bad I can't. My screens are so bad I can't. Just pretend it's a grievance box. Right. Yeah, absolutely. YT just getting ridiculous. He says 25-0. This is a baseball team. This ain't football. Although I have seen 20-plus runs in a baseball game, so it can happen. Well, one just happened the other day. Louisville and Xavier, I think, matter of fact, was like 21-11. Yeah, Steven, I feel you, brother. I am definitely apocalypse proof. Either that or I'm a big meal for a bunch of zombies. Michelle, nice to see you. Welcome to the show. 6-0. I don't think we are going to let them score. I hope not. That's what I'm talking about. How about this week for Razorback Sports? 49 points game for A-Cuff. Several track records broken. No-hitter by our softball team. And then last night, our first ever perfect 10. Yeah, absolutely. That is awesome for the Razorbacks this weekend, for sure.
I kicked you out of Discord so we won't have all that noise, people joining and leaving.
Yeah. So I just closed it all down. Yeah. So yeah, I like it. Excuse I have allergies really bad, so if you see me leaning in, I'm reading the screen of the chat. But my eyes are watering, so everything's kind of blurry. So if I misread something you say, I apologize. Chase says, I'm pretty sure we had the most runs in college baseball history. The most runs in college baseball history. When was... you talking about Arkansas had the most runs? Yeah. I don't know. I would have to look that up, but I will take your word for it, Chase. I hope so. I want Dietz to deal today. Yeah, I do too, Mobley. I would really like to see him bounce back after his first start.
We're playing Xavier.
American... Yeah, I know. What...
Somebody asked.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, we're playing Xavier. American Lee says, God bless you, Sarge. Go Hogs. I think it's going to be a tough game today. Dietz throwing strikes is the key in the bottom of the lineup getting on base. That's a great call, American, and God bless you too, bro. I appreciate that very much, and welcome to the show. If you haven't subscribed, we sure appreciate it if you would. We got every Razorback game that we can stream, possibly without getting copyrighted, we will bring to you. Clove, good morning, afternoon. Good to see you. I got 12-3 Razorbacks, Jabe says. All right. That's a good one. I'll take it, too. I will take it. Okay, let's see. We should be ready to go now. Yep, here we go. Let's go to full screen, and boom. And I'll turn the sound on.
Hammond up to the plate, hitting 208.
Let me know how the sound is for you guys.
Up against Dietz out there.
Yeah, this I tell you what, Sean, this Xavier lineup, they are not scared to swing the bats. They are aggressive early and often.
And that's with sort of the order being a little bit reorganized here with some of the recent injuries that they've had.
Yeah, some really tough injuries for Xavier. They've got probably their 1, 2, 3 hitters in the lineup are out. You've got Connor Mish out for a concussion. Clay Burdett has an oblique strain. He did make the trip. We might see him. They said maybe defensively, probably not at the plate. And then Valdez has a hamate bone injury. So you got a lot of firepower for this offense that's just not able to play right now.
Good deal.
Right
Enjoy.
now, Hammond is in a full count at 2-2, so Dietz kicks and deals. It's on the ground right side, a dribbler to second. Kozel's up with it, a sidearm throw to first, and that's in time for the first out of the day.
Good start for Dietz.
Really good job by Dietz right there, just battling, making sure he's filling up that strike zone.
Now you've got to deal with, I don't know, what is it in the South? They call him a hoss. You got Josh Stonehouse is coming up, and anytime that anybody talks about him, it's not the 348 average or the 3 home runs. It's this guy is just a unit when he gets into the box.
Yeah, and he's a freshman, which is really hard to believe. He looks like a guy
that guy's a freshman.
Maybe 4 years of strength and conditioning.
Yeah, the guy
training. It's definitely a big kid, like 6'1", 230, and it's all of that. There's not an ounce of fat on this kid.
Good pitch, Dietz.
I mean, I saw him, during BP today in right field, and I made the comment, it's like, is that the guy out there? And somebody said yes. And I said, why does he look like he's standing 10 feet away from me?
Exactly.
And he's a good 60 yards.
Good.
And there he swings through that pitch and makes it 1-2.
There's the cutter by Dietz, and you'll see that run about 88, 89 miles an hour. It's got some really good late life. Arkansas is going to do the shift. They're going to bring Pompey over from third base to play on the right side of second.
Stonehouse lifts it in the air down the left field line. It's a long run for Ruiz into foul ground, and he can't get there. That one drops, and, well, that ends up facilitating another pitch, but that fastball up to 97 here in the first inning.
Yeah, he's got some good late life, a lot of carry, and I was talking to pitching coach Matt Hobbs, and he said, really, the Arkansas lineup offensively, anytime they faced Hunter Dietz, he said, we really didn't hit him. It's just a matter of if he can fill up the strike zone, then he's going to have a lot of success.
Dietz coming off of an interesting outing the last time, redshirt sophomore. There he gets a swing and a miss for the strikeout right there, and that's the second out of the inning, first punch out of the day for Hunter Dietz.
Yeah, really nice. I threw that cutter again. And again, a lot of Arkansas fans that follow the broadcast know this, but Arkansas allows catcher Ryder Helfrich to call the pitches. See that late life on that cutter, and boy, that's a pitch that starts in the zone. And as a freshman, I don't think you see that in high school at an 89-mile-an-hour cutter very often.
Well, with 2 outs on the board, Landon Mensick, the left fielder, steps in. He's hitting in that 3-hole today with a couple of homers to his credit this year. And it goes to the point, though, it's when you get to this level and any of the above levels, you're going to see a lot of guys that have that type of movement on their stuff where it's going to start out in a safe area, a go zone, if you will, and then it just kind of falls out of the air.
Yeah, I think so, and that's the thing. It's not as much about the velocity, just like you said, and what you're alluding to, Sean, is it's all about the movement of the pitch, and that's what Dietz has. It's up in the Xavier dugout. You talk about Landon Mensick. I saw him play in the very first game of the season. Xavier went on a road trip to East Carolina. I want to say it might have been his first, maybe second at-bat. Shot one down the right field line for a home run. So he's definitely got a little pop into all fields.
Here's the 2-2. Break even, tapped foul back behind the plate again, so we'll do it all over. 2 outs, 2-2 count, scoreless game, top half of the first inning. Mensick up to the plate. Dietz has dispatched the first 2 hitters he's seen on a ground ball to second and a strikeout. Break even. Swing and a miss. Got him on another off-speed pitch inside, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Dietz here to close out the first.
We won't have the music playing, but we'll stay with them until they go to the commercial. There we go. All right. Good first inning for Dietz. I'd like to see that. Got one out on the ground ball to Camden and then struck out the next 2, so can't be mad at that. It looks a lot better than he did in the first game. Yes, absolutely. Steven says, Hunter's looking good. Let's see if he can keep it up for a few innings. Absolutely. I'd like to see him keep it up for at least 5.
Looks like he looks a lot more comfortable at home.
Yeah, and that could be too. Nerves, it could have been nerves in that first game down there in Arlington, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, there's Big Sarge in there. Says so far way better pitching. Absolutely. Was. Mobley says, all right, we going back, full screen, and we'll get you the sound.
Lyndon Troy. Now we get to take a look at the other side. It's another sophomore, this time a righty, in Jack Noby.
Yeah, you got Noby goes about, you see 6'3", 190 out of Missouri up by St. Louis area. He's going to sit in that upper 80s,
I
low
can agree
90s
with that, Ashton.
Fastball, a 4-pitch mix guy will throw the curve slider and a change. He's pretty quick to the plate. He's going to be tough to run on. And, again, he's got some good stuff. Came in with a 2.08 ERA, pitched really well against East Carolina last Saturday, and they got the victory in not only the first game that Ryan Peach threw, but also the game that Jack Noby threw as well.
Well, he's been on the roster for Xavier since last year.
Agree, Mobley.
He was 2-3. This will be his 22nd appearance for Xavier over the course of his career there. Meanwhile, on the Arkansas side of things, you have, once again, just a packed lineup there. And at the very top, a guy that gets on base a whole lot.
Yeah, Damian Ruiz, he had 13 consecutive at-bats, which is a DVH record. And then you got Nolan Souza behind him. And, again, we talked about Souza getting a lot of extra swings in that early spring just to try to get him caught up a little bit. And talking to Nolan a little bit, he said he feels like he's kind of going back to some of the things he did his freshman year in that game yesterday, and felt like he saw the baseball better. And sometimes you resort back to those things where you had so much success, and I think you're going to see him really take off pretty soon.
Ruiz tried to check the swing on that first pitch, but goes around. Fastball up to get things rolling. And, more to your point, he had a couple of knocks yesterday. One of them went for extra bases when you're talking about Souza, but now Ruiz up there hitting a cool 429 to start the season.
Yeah, that's not too shabby.
No.
You'll get to lead off for a long time. He finds himself 0-2 right now. That's Noby painted the ball in the outside corner, and that's a job by Fitz, the catcher, to frame that one up. He almost might have stolen a strike right there.
There's the 0-2, swing and a miss, though. That's strike 3, 93 miles per hour up in the zone, and the first out of the bottom half of the inning recorded. Here comes the aforementioned Nolan Souza.
Yeah, Jack Noby didn't mess around. Nothing off speed. Went, 3 straight fastballs, and again, I love that he went up and away with that high fastball. It's a pitch that's tough to lay off with 2 strikes and tough to catch up to as well.
Souza steps up to the plate, hoping to comb the curves a little bit more efficiently than the leadoff man. Noby deals, and the first one gets in there for a called strike. Souza, we have the leadoff hitter hitting 429, 222, but we kind of said that tongue-in-cheek with the 429. It's so early in the season to really know what that means. 0-1, misses low.
You can always tell kind of a hitter's mannerisms in the box, and it seems like that Souza's seeing the ball pretty well, especially like if you see a pitch that's it's going to be a ball and about halfway to the plate, they've already kind of given the body language. They've given up on that pitch because they know it's not a strike. That's a great job by Jack Noby pitching up and in, using all parts of the zone. It's one thing we saw out of Xavier pitchers. They're not afraid to not only move the ball, in and out, but up and down as well, Sean.
especially with the way he throws. Here's the 1-2. That's hit in the air to left field. Mensick is there, and he makes the catch easily for the second out of the inning. It brings up Ryder Helfrich, but as you were talking about at the top of the inning, he's got that fastball that likes to ride and move, at least look like it's moving up in the zone, but then the pitchability of the curve, yeah, it's great to be able to move it in and out, but if you, especially with that fastball, if you can move that up and down through the zone, that's going to set that curve up in a disastrous way for hitters.
I really think so, and you've seen already so far what a lot of hitting coaches like to talk about, or pitching coaches say, you want to change the eye height of the hitter.
There's a soft line drive into center field.
Waited
Chris
on
was
that hanging
playing
curveball.
deep, so that gets down in front of him, well in front of him, and that's a base knock. First one of the game for either side, and Ryder Helfrich is aboard to bring up the cleanup man in Camden Kojal.
We talked about that a little bit on the broadcast yesterday. It seemed like last year it was Cam, and I think his mom likes Camden. So it's like, okay, we're going to keep Mama happy and use his official name. So, yeah, I tell you what, you keep calling him Camden after he hit a 3-run bomb in the first inning of yesterday's ball game.
The first pitch to the left, he gets in for a called strike. I'll tell you what, I don't know about him, but I would be in a situation where I hit a 3-run homer. You could call me whatever you want. Just
right.
Keep saying it.
That's right. Again, Jack Noby not afraid to pitch inside, especially these left-handed batters. You saw even with the flat to Souza, really jammed him on that swing.
One misses outside, though today is a day where you may have to be careful with that, because if you're not going to have that pinpoint accuracy, the wind is blowing out to right, and it's 320 down the line.
Yeah, the wind is really blowing out. You got the north wind, and you don't see that very often at Baum Walker, but early in the season, February, yeah, everything's going to really carry out to right field and not really knock anything down. Maybe a ball down the left field line by a left-hander that's kind of slicing into that wind might get knocked down a little bit, but the ball's really going to fly today. You might see several leave the yard.
Noby, the runner on first.
Uh-oh.
Well high in the air, right center field. The wind's blowing that way. Both outfielders back, and
got it.
Gone.
Yeah, the boy Camden. Touch them all, baby.
Kojal with his 4th of the season. And once again, the Razorbacks have an early lead in the first.
I
don't know if it's just mine, but it's yours.
No, yeah, that's ESPN.
And I think
well, I'm sitting here watching mine because yours is
it was definitely a no-doubter.
My
he
end.
has probably been the most consistent hitter, maybe besides Ryder Helfrich so far. This is a pitch that's
Chat,
right down
how
the
does
middle,
the stream
kinda
look?
had a little late
Does the
tail
stream
on
look
it.
all right to you guys?
Great job.
Well,
by
that's
Kojal
just
to
in-
see Chris go
in,
back. He thought he
Zoom.
had a beat on it, just ran out of real estate out there, made a great effort.
It's fine
but you can
on
see it clear
everywhere else.
well over that right center field fence.
Okay.
That's cool. Kahio Aloy, who also has
Thanks,
some
Saps.
touch-em-all power. He takes the first pitch for a strike. I think the important thing to notice is you could sort of see with Kojal there, it's a good sign if he's taking that pitch to kind of right center there, isn't it? Because that means he's sort of timing-wise, he's right where he needs to be on that pitch.
Yeah, I think so. It was supposed to be an inside fastball, but sometimes, that late life and that tail on that fastball kind of drew it back over the middle of the plate, and Kojal
I didn't know that
hammered
Kahio was
pitch
a
by
freshman
Jack Noby, and
Yeah.
talk about hammering a pitch.
last year.
Kahio Aloy hit one 448 in Globe Life Field with no wind assistance inside the dome there in Arlington last weekend. And
Yeah, that's nothing I can do about that, Steven. That's on them, the broadcast.
does not get cheated.
Yeah, because it's even doing it on mine.
He's hitting 400
Like
so
my
far
own
in the early part of the year.
stream.
Yeah, he takes that pitch just a little bit low, and again, that's not an easy pitch to lay off of either. I mean, to spit on that one is, you've got to be in a really
Ashton
good
said it's a
spot
little
mentally.
laggy.
Yeah, I think so, and that's the thing about Kahio. He makes such good contact with balls in the strike zone. If he can have that good pitch recognition and lay off those pitches down in the zone, I think he's going to have a lot of success.
And even just do that. If it's a
He was a
pitch,
freshman last year.
yeah.
get to it. If you can foul
But
it off,
I could have swore
there's a
yesterday
chance
that
you might see one a little bit more up in the zone.
Yeah, you just got to spoil
said he
those
was
pitchers'
3 years
pitches.
in. I don't.
Here's the break even.
We had a red shirt here.
2-2 just missed the outside edge. That's a great take by Aloy. That's 2 of them so far in this at bat. Plus, when he fouled off that last pitch, it's taken him to a full count now. In a 2-0 game, Razorbacks have the lead. Noby, pitched 19 of the first, misses outside, and that's a walk. So a single, a homer, and a walk, all with 2 outs. And these are the situations where a pitching coach can be in a dugout pulling his hair out.
Yeah, I think so. And that's a really quality at-bat by Cahill Aloy. Found himself, down in the count and then just worked his way back. Just being patient and not being too jumpy and expanding that strike zone with 2 strikes.
So that's Reese Robinette up there. Noby from the stretch. Misses in by the elbow.
Appreciate your prayer,
Throws
baby.
him off in a 1-0 count. And so this is almost a little bit surprised there that we didn't see maybe a little bit more back and forth out on the mound, just because it's the single and the homer, which those are some good swings, but then the walk, maybe try and see if you can't get this guy, in and around where he was nibbling.
I want to see Big Country just bust one out right down center field.
Yeah, I think so. And
nice.
Fitz comes out to have a chat with Noby, and I think I like your advice as well, Sean, of maybe go out after that home run, just try to slow that heartbeat down just a little bit. And, he didn't do it, 2 pitches ago. Now Noby's found himself 2 balls, no strikes to a guy that's definitely got some power in Reese Robinette, and it goes by the nickname Big Country. And so let's see what Big Country can do to plate right here.
He's not exactly a small guy down there either, huh? The ball rattled through the left side.
Broadcast glitching.
Yeah.
Diving glove of ace. It's a single to left field. There's runners at first and second with 2
like
outs.
2 seconds ahead
Like a new on his way up to the plate in a 2-0 game.
Yeah.
I think that's what Arkansas fans saw a year ago.
Got some weather probably
when
causing
he had his
connection
opportunity
issues.
to play after a few injuries, the injury to Susan.
Electronics don't do well in cold weather.
Right.
Second, and Robinette gets that opportunity. He really hit that ball the other way, and that just shows me kind of a veteran-type hitter, not afraid to let that ball travel a little bit deeper in the zone and see if Xavier can't get out of this inning with only giving up a pair of runs.
Well, there's a breaking ball that missed inside. And, this could be a completely different inning from the Aloy at bat there because, not for nothing, those were 2 pitches. There's plenty of guys that would have gotten out on those balls. And instead, Aloy able to hold off, and now look what's happened.
Yeah, really not only adding a little pressure to Xavier.
Sky-high pop-up.
Got underneath that one.
Behind the plate. Fitz ranges back into fair ground, but it's the first baseman, Townsend, who makes the catch for the final out of the inning. But the big spot in this one, Camden Kojal goes deep again.
Yeah, after a base hit by Ryder Helfrich, here's Camden Kojal. Got a hold of one, just rode that one out to right field. Hogs up 2-1 after 1.
All right, we're up 2-1 after 1. Or 2-0 after 1, right? 2-0. The announcer had me messed up. I could have swore he said 2-1. That Xavier hadn't scored. Yeah, Mobley, it's and that's not me, guys. That's not our side of the broadcast here. ESPN is just glitching in and out, and their sounds like their mics on their commentators are not connected very well. But we'll make the best of it. Yeah, I don't know if these camera guys do it for a living or what, but the one yesterday was looking all over the field when the ball was going over the fence out in right field, and I'm like, dude, what are you looking at?
I'm hydrating right now, Angel.
Ashton, that is a fact. That could be a good statement there, because that was really I would have took that pitch. It was a high, fastball. He got underneath and just popped up. Where if he just waited on that, it was probably gonna be a ball. All right, we're coming back. One thing I like about these are quick commercial breaks.
Oh, the left-hander got him down in order in the first, Troy.
Yeah, he looked really good. His command was good, and I think that's what Matt Hobbs, the pitching coach for Arkansas, really wanted Dietz to hone in on. It's like, hey, your stuff's really good. Trust it. Just fill up that strike zone. See him start off with a cutter right there. And that cutter's got a really big sweeping action. Took a little something off of that one.
Now, a left-on-left matchup, you figure he can really use that pitch pretty well, because a lot of times that cutter left-on-left is going to look like it's going to hit you in the hip and then it breaks your bat.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a pretty good pitch, and you know, Dietz goes about 6'6". Definitely a high strike. I don't think the Xavier dugout really liked that one. You saw some moans and groans coming out of that, but you've got DH, who's pretty big, and you talk about a big hack. My goodness, Sean.
That was a fastball up, it looked like.
ESPN
And
needs
just
to get
kind
it
of went
together.
right down to
Yeah,
the knee,
right.
trying to elevate on that pitch.
It's kind of look like an old Reggie Jackson swing. go down to the knee.
Full commitment. Oh, the 2-2,
There
he
you
swings
go.
and misses at that one. That was fading away from him, though, and that's already the third strikeout here for Dietz.
Dietz dealing.
Boy, again, another really good cutter by Hunter Dietz. Watch where this thing starts.
Well, I got a
and where
quick
it
break
ends
in
up.
between
And also,
batters.
you saw that
If you haven't already
Ryder
on YouTube, go ahead and hit that
made
like
his
button. We're
glove
at
point,
29 likes with 96 watching.
target, put it up and in to the left-hander because he knew that pitch has so much movement. He goes, hey, start it up here because I know it's going to have a lot of horizontal movement and end up down and away.
Well,
So
now
he's
it's
getting pretty
Jonathan Fitz's
comfortable.
turn to get up
Yeah,
there and
that's what I'd
try
like
to
to
do
see.
some damage against Dietz. He's off to a good start this season offensively with a
As
417
soon as I
average.
say that, he throws it into the
Taking
dirt.
6 walks
No, that's
already as
intentional,
well.
though. He's changing the eye
Yeah,
level.
more walks than hits.
That's a really good eye. Fitz 1 for 3 yesterday.
Fastball.
See what you're talking about.
One
See.
gets a swing and a miss.
You know, this Musketeer team yesterday, they did pound out 9 hits, out-hit Arkansas 9-5. It's kind of not, you know, how many hits you get, it's when you get them. And Arkansas had some key hits with base runners on. You had the 2-men on, 3-run homer by Kojal, and then 2 men
Well, I'd have had
on
to step out of the
and
box,
a
too, and
double
change
by,
my britches right there.
Nolan
Sorry,
Souza,
I can't go
and that's
watching
how
you.
Arkansas pounded out those 5 runs.
Ashton, after the
hits
inning,
came in
I will
important
answer your
spots,
question on
and-
that.
Well, they did a lot of damage, too. They were well-struck balls. 2-2 misses outside, and now it's a full count here. Really haven't seen Dietz in any trouble through the first 4 hitters that he's faced, but here he is in a full count.
Dietz doesn't like that baseball. He's not even going to let him put it back in the umpire's pouch. He said, I'm going to get rid of this one. So Dietz should have some
Where are
pretty,
you seeing
pretty good
that at?
balance.
Is that
So
on
those 6'6".
Twitter?
How about size
Wow.
16 shoes? So
It's a good base.
Oh, never mind.
That's whacked the other way. Diving
Oh,
try
good
at
try,
first.
Robinette.
Off his glove into foul ground, and that'll put Fitz at first base. It's the first runner to reach against Dietz so far today, and it's here in the second inning.
That kept some. That saved.
Great
That
effort
probably
by-
turned it into a double.
Reese Robinette over there at first base, and sometimes you want a left-handed first baseman. In this place, the right-handed first baseman almost helped because he had the glove on the side he was diving to, but just out of the reach. I think he was 6'3.5". I think he would have made that play.
Eddie Peters swings through the first that pitch right there. And, the shortstop also swinging a hot bat right now. 444. He gets up to the plate for the first time today with a runner aboard.
Yeah, I had a pair of hits, 2 for 3 yesterday.
And that one gets the inside corner for a called strike.
Ryder Helfrich doubled up on that cutter right there. After the bad swing by Peters on the first one and then taking the second one, you might see him throw this pitch again, maybe waste a fastball up out of the zone.
0-2, he tried to
There
hold
you
up
go.
and went around. Home plate umpire James Ainsworth rings him up, and it's another strikeout for Dietz.
There we go,
All
Dietz.
swinging, but that's number 4.
Yeah, that was the same pitch. 3 cutters in a row, and you can see that late life on that thing. And, boy, such a tough pitch to lay off of, especially with 2 strikes. This thing starts in the zone.
Yeah, I've seen that move, Lee.
Just locks up Peters. You can see Helfrich trying to get a little extra help.
Tommy Townsend.
It always cracks me up. You think that at all levels in baseball, the catcher immediately points down to the umpire, at first base or third base, and they need to spin around and say, umpire right behind me, you're the one who has to notify the other guys if they're going to ask for help or not. So
ESPN
it's
is just
funny
having some
how
troubles
they don't
today.
ask the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just ask the guy right behind you going, hey, did he go? And if they'll either call it or they'll ask for some assistance.
The angles are strange with that, too. There's a swing and a miss as well. So now it's a 1-2 count. And I found out over the last 10 or so years that that is completely a judgment call too. It's not even. I was always taught it's the front edge of the plate that you have to go past for it to be a swing. It's intent based, so the umpire has to interpret what your intent was. Runner takes off, swing and a miss at the plate. Doesn't matter.
Dietz.
Another strikeout for Hunter Dietz. The lefty's got 5, and we've got a 2-0 Arkansas lead after 1.5.
All right, guys. Real quick while we're at commercial break, YT mentioned earlier there's 150 people. If you're on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. We much appreciate it over there. And if you're on YouTube, you hit that like and subscribe button. Your boys would greatly appreciate it. And let me go up here to where was that? Ashton. Okay, Ashton, do y'all know why we don't throw it around after a strikeout? With the new rule change with the pitch clock, Ashton, they try to cut down anything extra that doesn't pertain to keeping the game moving. So they kind of got rid of that, you know. And I miss that too because that's just like always been a thing in baseball. And so they got rid of it because the pitcher's on a pitch clock now. Is why they don't do that no more. But and two guys, if we're talking too much for you guys, and you know, just let us know. We're just kind of putting our 2 cents in on a play, not every now and then. But if you guys would just rather hear the announcers and not us until something really good happens, let us know because this is for you guys. So we don't want to ruin your experience.
Season, they run-rolled Oklahoma State on Friday 12-2. They did lose to number 10 TCU 5-4, but then they took down Texas Tech 5-4 in 11 innings. And, of course, we talked about Damian Ruiz and his prowess at the plate so far.
Yeah, he just had a good weekend. You know, anytime you can go play at a big league park indoors in February, it's really nice.
Yeah, that's rather new, Ashton.
Just phenomenal. How
it's a few years old now.
Traveled down to Dallas. So many, you know, former alumni live in the DFW area. We had one game. I think it was the TCU game. It was almost 23,000 fans were at that game, and they said it's going to be the largest college-attended game besides the College World Series. It was absolutely phenomenal, but great place, highly recommended. I think that they're having a tournament this weekend and next weekend at Globe Life Field.
Oh, that's outstanding. So was
See,
that pitch
that right there,
you cannot take
that pitch.
So Noby starts things off with his second strikeout of the day.
That's twice Ruiz. That's Pompey, but
I love his aggressiveness.
Two of our guys standing there looking at fastballs.
Hey, I'm gonna either hit my spot or just be off the plate, and you can see really froze TJ Pompey on that last fastball.
Well, brings up.
I agree, Phil.
And Carson Brumbaugh. Well inside to start him off.
Hog solo.
That was a little bit lighter than Stonehouse, but you know, for a freshman, big kid, 6'3", 215-pound shortstop. I think only the second freshman to ever start at shortstop for the Razorbacks in the Dave Van Horn era. So just tells you his potential. He is the preseason freshman of the year in the SEC. So it's got some early accolades for Carson Brumbaugh.
He's also got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
There's a swing and a miss, and you know, it's a 1-2 count. Some might say golden.
Yeah, golden spikes winner and Vahiva Loy. Yeah, that's not too much pressure. And what's really neat is I think his dad played with Bubba Carpenter, who does the color analyst for the radio broadcast, I think in the Rockies organization.
Man, it is crazy how everybody is just. If you're in baseball, you probably know or are related to about 60 people.
That's right.
That
yeah.
are in it.
All the different connections.
Brumbaugh steps back in. Noby gets a swing and a miss. Elevated.
Got to lay out that high fastball.
He's got 3 strikeouts and starts off the inning with back-to-back punch-outs, but we're back to the top of the order as Ruiz steps in.
Yeah, Arkansas with 12 strikeouts yesterday. Again, I love these Xavier pitchers with that velocity throwing up in the zone. Such a hard pitch to catch up to, but kind of that borderline, probably out of the zone, but too close to take with 2 strikes.
Ruiz takes the first one on the outside edge for a called strike, and we talked about it during that first inning where it seemed like he was trying to kind of go higher and lower in the strike zone, and he seems to have found that top part there, which is going to help him establish a little bit better.
I think so, and then just that first pitch right on the paint.
That's better. There you go, Ruiz.
Hit on the button right to short, and it's off Peter's glove and trickles into left field. So got a runner aboard here in the second inning with 2 outs. There was a 2-run rally in the first for the Hogs with 2 outs. We'll see what they can do as it gets to Nolan Souza in the order.
We're going to see how they rule this play. I think off the bat, Peters, I think, thought he was going to have it. I think it had a little hook on it. Right about here, I think he thinks he's got it, and it just tips off his glove. I think they're going to call that one a hit for Damian Ruiz.
Yeah, it should be.
Souza, the DH, left-handed hitter, waits. And he takes the first pitch for a strike. Well, it's a 2-0 game right now. Razorbacks got 2 in the first thanks to Camden Kojal's 2-run shot after Ryder Helfrich, who's in the on-deck circle, had reached on a single.
Nice, David.
Ruiz with good speed at first base, but I think the Arkansas is going to keep him.
We appreciate you for coming in while you're at the game working.
At the plate, kind of creates a nice hole over when that first baseman's covering the bag. And Ruiz can run a little bit. Definitely might score if you see something in the gap or down the lines.
Got the third baseman Hammond pulled up over there on the left side. Townsend holding on Ruiz at first. There's a throw over, but no tag.
A little surprised that Hammond is playing so
tight,
especially with 2 outs. I think maybe early.
Yeah, Mobley is terrible.
1 out or no outs, but Souza can really run, but still.
Another throw over. So they are very worried about Ruiz trying to take off and go to second with 2 outs. There's also a gaping hole on that left side because with Hammond playing up and sort of a step or 2 away from the line, you've got the shortstop Peters right up the middle.
Yeah, you saw it right there in that last shot. There's a big giant hole. Yeah, you could drive a bus through there.
It's dribbled foul over on the first base side, though.
A bus, a boat, anything, whole space there. But you're right, Hammond is really tight. Let's see with 2 strikes. Back off. He's looking in the dugout saying, okay, now he's coming off the line and kind of trying to fill up that hole just a little bit more.
You could have driven a bus sideways through that hole, Troy. I mean, it was about
100 feet at least.
I'm guessing that the metrics say Souza's a pull hitter. Here's the 1-2. In on the hands, and he'll flip it up and out of play on the third base side. Sticks around in a 1-2 count. Ruiz, who got started on the pitch, jogs back across the diamond to first as Souza is in a little bit of a battle here.
Again, great job by Jack Noby. You talk about, you don't see a lot of college pitchers that will really work guys inside. I think they have such a fear of hitting the batter, especially with 2 strikes. But, boy, if you can pitch to both sides of the plate, because with 2 strikes, as a hitter, you're kind of leaning out over the plate a little bit more. You're trying to protect the outside corner. And you can really get a lot of punch-outs or some weak contact when you can bust them in.
Well, especially if they were playing him the way that they were before. I mean, trying to get that ball to the outside part of the plate, it could do damage. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Went up that time and gets the swinging strikeout. That's the 3rd one of the inning and the 4th one of the day.
Our weakness is going to be that high fastball.
2-0 Arkansas as we go to the 3rd here at Baum-Walker Stadium.
Gotta let that ball come down into the zone a little more. If he's not going to call it a strike, quit swinging at it.
It's see, when I played baseball, I liked the ball. If it was coming at me, I'd like it either like the top of my hip to my belly button.
Yeah, I was a low ball hitter. Left-handed. When I batted right-handed, though, I liked them more middle up too. My swing was different with right-sided than it was when I swing left-handed. My left-handed swing was more easy. Yeah, Phil, the basketball game is at 3.
Was also really good at bunting.
I could do it, but I didn't like it.
I didn't like it the one time I went to bunt and the damn ball hit my finger.
Yeah, it was a waste of my talent with a bunt, especially if there was nobody on. I got it if I needed to move a runner over or something like that. And situational bunting is, but just a bunt for nothing.
Mine was to get me on base because I was fast. But now I'm fat.
Yeah, and old for me. Both fat and old.
Top third of their order that have had injury issues, and we got a chance to talk to Billy O'Connor, the head coach for Xavier, about it a little bit, and he's optimistic about a lot of this, Troy, but at the same time, he recognizes it's a huge hole in the lineup.
It really is. When you've got the Big East, preseason player of the year in Connor Mish that's out, got hit in the head during I think some scrimmages.
He's going to be available tonight to play, Big Tiff.
Before they started the series.
From what I understand.
North Carolina against East Carolina. Then you've got Clay Burdett, who is one of the guys who I think he hit 12 home runs a season ago. Has an oblique strain. He did make the trip, so you might see him in the outfield, probably not to play. And then Jorge Valdez has that hamate bone. If people aren't familiar with what a hamate bone is, it's that little bone on your hand, on the outside of your hand. And I tell you what, I remember Dave a few years ago, Casey Martin.
That ball just dives right over the plate. It's insane.
Don't get that thing removed in the fall.
It's
just
that
go
rotation.
take it out. You don't need that bone.
It's like an appendix.
Exactly.
There's a swing and a miss. That's Tanner Thomas up to the plate.
Boy,
to start
he
off
is
the inning.
dealing
How about
today.
this?
Yeah.
Already, we've just started the third. That's the first out. That is the 6th strikeout for Hunter Dietz so far.
Well, I think Matt Hobbs is right, because if he can throw strikes, he's really hard to hit. We're seeing that pretty early in this ball game.
So it's the 9-hitter, switch hitter, J.D. Crisp. And
See, I would have swung at that.
Strike. Yeah, it's funny. You're like, if you're not familiar with the hamate, I don't know how.
That's
you
why
put
you're
it.
doing a
It's
show
been
with me and
all
not
over
playing
news
baseball.
this season. You've got a ton of big league guys.
It would have been
in
a chopper.
training camp that just have the same issue, and
Yeah.
so it's 4 to 6 weeks in some cases,
I
and
think
you're
so.
out for a while. And then even then, I mean, Troy, you would know better than I would. When your hands aren't feeling right, there's a ball whacked into center field. Long run for New, and it drops in front of him for a base hit. Second one of the day for Xavier, and they get a one-out base runner here. But how hard is it when you don't have confidence in your hands, or there's something wrong, or you're coming back? How hard is it to actually be confident in putting the bat on the ball?
Yeah, I think it does take a while. And the other thing,
Yeah, I said that, Jeff,
factor
earlier in
that
the show
you just
before we
said
started
was
the game.
You got the 4 to 6 weeks.
I hated
you
playing in
pick
the
up a
cold.
bat for 4 to 6 weeks. So I think the pain is really not there. Sometimes, you might not have as much confidence, but I think it's just the lack of seeing live pitching that really gets to you, and that takes you a while to get over that. I mean, we talked about Nolan Souza being out in the fall with a shoulder injury, and how Arkansas was letting him hit for both teams instead of getting 3-4 at-bats in a day. He was getting
Ashton.
like 6 to 8 at-bats in a day, but just trying to get that repetition. Baseball is a lot like golf. It's one of those sports that you can't just do it every so often and expect to be good. You have to keep practicing. That's why it's so impressive when you see these guys that maybe haven't played that much or come off the bench and have success. It's very impressive to do that when you're only getting a handful of at-bats a week.
Runner on first, held on by Robinette. Here's the pitch. Dietz tries to go to the outside corner and can't get it there. And you were talking about just how important the hands are with everything. But the funny thing is, and I didn't know this, but Billy O'Connor wising me up to it, at least in the interview that he did, that you can still do a lot of stuff with a broken hammy.
Right.
I mean, he was talking about can still go to class. You can even lift weights, different things. It's more so the baseball activities. It almost seems like everyday life is maybe has some pains at times, but some of the other stuff that you're talking about that these guys are going through, there is none of that going on.
Yeah, when you start talking about that oblique strain with Clay Burdett, I mean, you don't want to do anything to aggravate that muscle in your back. J.D. Crisp over there, first base, great speed. I think with the left-hander on the mound, you're probably going to see him stay put. Not a bad count to go on if they did want to go right here, but he stays at first.
That is a considerable lead, especially when you're going against a lefty who's going from the stretch to have that much confidence to get. And not only that, but Robinette's he's a pretty big target over there. He's got some pretty long arms and things like that. So for Chris to be getting the size of the lead that he is, you could tell he's got some confidence in what he can do. And there's another throw over, and he's still back in head first, so it seems as though the confidence is well founded.
Yeah, like I said,
yeah,
good
Tiff,
opportunity to
we
try
all
to
agree with
go
that.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Keeps you out of the double play. He also puts a guy in a scoring position.
Ooh.
It's inside and hit Hammond. He'll make his way up to first base. That is the third base runner, but first time someone's gotten aboard against Dietz without a hit.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to Dietz against TCU. I think he had some free base runners, walk, hit batter. This is just a fastball that just gets away from him.
Sorry to hear that, Saps.
Up and in, and no
Ooh,
chance.
you know that hurts.
Right there.
Oh, yeah,
get out of
that
the way
guarantee
for
that
Hammond.
hurts.
He's caught him in that upper arm, and there's a lot of – you don't want to get hit, but if you're going to get hit, at least it's a meaty part.
Right.
Stonehouse hammers it foul down the right field line. Look at that ball go.
Hope everything's okay with you
It was getting away
health-wise
from him.
now, Saps.
Yeah,
I think
for
that
sure.
thing ended up in Greenland down there by the old airport. Yeah, I think Dietz might want to keep the baseball away from John Stonehouse. You see the tremendous power right there. You
It's
might
Josh
start seeing Ryder
Stonehouse.
sit up on that outside corner a little bit more.
Another strike, that time a swing and a miss. It is interesting.
I got their
because a
phone
lot of
number if you
times
want to
when
call
see
them.
These
Sarge,
big hitters that have a lot of power
make them come
potential,
correct.
they generally have a wide base underneath them.
Right.
The guys that hit a ton of homers, sometimes they don't even move their feet. He's got a very narrow stance. That's inside shoulder width for him.
There you go.
Swings and misses
Got
at that pitch. So a 3-pitch see ya. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Stonehouse. The 7th strikeout victim. And Dietz is rolling even despite the hit by pitch and the base knock.
Yeah, I think so. Another one of those cutters.
Back
And
to the
you
pine,
can't
meat.
walk that one and put it in the catcher's mitt at a better location than that last pitch by Hunter Dietz.
So it's Landon Mensick back up to the plate.
Oh, my.
And he swings and fouls it off. That got Helfrich's mask as it came back behind. It's a strike. And that time we saw the fastball in 94 get pumped in there, and it gets Dietz ahead in an 0-1 count.
Tell you what, Ryder Helfrich's
Looks like the umpire's trying to get his OnlyFans started there.
Got a foul ball yesterday that he caught, and then that would knock his mask off right there. I tell you what, it's amazing how catchers can hit with all the nicks and to their hands and body back there. You talk about one of the better catchers in college baseball. That's
Especially
right.
since he got hit in the plums yesterday.
Calling the pitches every once in a blue moon. He might get a suggestion from Matt Hobbs out of the dugout.
It was a bouncer foul. It is funny how that has sort of transitioned in the last 20 or 30 years, because there was a point where, when you thought about catchers, it was Jason Varitek, Jason Kendall, Jorge Posada. They were good
Easy
hitters,
now,
but
Joe.
280, 290
Right.
hitters. And now, that offense out of that position has become just as important as the defense.
It really has. And Dietz tried to get the punch out with a high fastball. It's a great job right there.
I
by
get it. I get what
Landon
you're saying.
Mensick to lay off of it. Seems like his go-to pitch so far for righties and lefties has been that cutter. Let's see if he doesn't try to throw into that back foot.
2-2. That's looped towards right field and in for a base hit. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and a run comes home. The ball gets behind Helfrich. And let's see here. It looks like Mensick is going to move into second base as everything's finally calmed down, but you got runners at
That was a
second
bad
and third,
throw.
And now it's a
Yeah,
one-run
it was
game.
ill-advised
Just a
because it's
great
cold.
job by Landon Mensick.
He didn't set his
Got the
feet.
fastball on the inside part of the plate.
He was
Just
in no position to
muscled
try to throw
one
that
into
home.
Right field. Kahil Aloy with a great arm, but was just rushed that throw a little bit. Was way up the first base line. You can see the swing by Mensick. Inside fastball, just fought it off. Good opportunity for Kahil Aloy. He just tried to throw that about 120 miles an hour, and you can see that Helfrich tries to get back there. That ball goes to the backstop.
That could be due to the cold, too.
The batter ends up at second base.
Well, looks like we had a mound visit.
I
That's
wouldn't
over.
say that,
Now you get
Angel.
left-hander and Peter Johnson up to the plate. Still a 1-run lead for the Hogs, but there's 2 out, and Xavier sending their cleanup man to the plate with ducks on the pond. Second and third, a huge opportunity here for the long, lanky left-handed hitter. Dietz misses outside for ball 1. Sounded like the crowd was pretty excited to get strike 1 there.
Yeah,
Instead, he starts out behind.
They kind of try to wish that one into the strike zone. Arkansas playing pretty straight away defensively. Looked like back-to-back cutters right there by Hunter Dietz. And first pitch was pretty close. That one definitely spiked it.
Well, the good news is for Dietz, first base is open, but obviously there's 2 outs. You'd like to get out of the inning.
Let's see if he challenges Johnson right here. Another cutter. I think Johnson was setting dead red fastball, which I would have been, and Dietz spun that cutter in there.
The 2-1. High and outside. So now it's 3-1. You're really walking a tightrope here from having the bases loaded going to the 5-hitter, which is traditionally a guy that can lay the lumber.
I agree, Ashton.
Right now, Dietz just trying to focus on that mitt behind home plate. There's a line drive, hit to second on one hop, and that bounces out of Kozel's glove and into right field. Hammond comes home to score. So does Mensick, and it's a 2 RBI.
That's going to be an error.
But Johnson's aboard, and he sends 2 home, and Xavier has the lead. It's now a 3-2 game.
Yeah, I think that's got to be an E4. That's a ball that Cam Kozel, he tried to get the long hop on that baseball, and the thing he did not do is stay in front of the ball.
You think this is his last inning?
Even if he backed up on that baseball, if he stays in front of it, he maybe
probably
takes it off the chest, and at least saves Arkansas
Depends
one run.
if he gets out of this right here.
And that misses inside, and indeed it is an error.
But how big is that hit batter? That run comes around to score, and that's what really got Hunter Dietz in his last loss out to by TCU was just free base runners.
Well, I think that also goes to sort of what Billy O'Connor was talking about when he said the compete level with this team is really high.
He had 2 yesterday.
2 outs, they're able to manufacture
and now 1 today for
3
sure.
runs here and take the lead.
I agree, Ashton.
Misses up, so now it's 3-0 with a runner on first.
Yeah, kind of expanding on that compete level with this Xavier ball club. That's just set by the tone and by head coach Billy O'Connor, and he talked about that a little bit in scheduling. They had like the 5th toughest schedule a season ago, and he said, I ask players, even guys he recruits, he goes, hey,
good to see you, buddy.
Go down and play teams like Arkansas, or we're going to play Louisville and play some really tough teams in the SEC, and he goes, he wants to see the reaction of players, especially, he goes, if they act like they're a little scared and don't want to have that challenge, he goes, then we don't want you in our club.
You're right, I agree.
That tough mentality, what he has his players. He got full boat right here, got the runner moving at first base, and see if Hunter Dietz can't get out of this.
Johnson takes off, the pitch misses high, and that will put Fitz on first base. Johnson can jog into second, and now it's Eddie Peters who's been he's been very, very good at the plate so far in the early part of the season. Going back to what we were just talking about, though, I mean, it is interesting because, he basically said we want, like, a growth happens through adversity. We want as much adversity as we possibly can. So when you look at the schedule that they've put together, use that as a recruiting tool.
What's he saying to him right now, Sarge?
If you want to go down and play at some big places like Arkansas and places in the SEC and around the country,
on the mound,
he goes, you're going to get that opportunity.
Yeah. What's Helfrich talking to him about?
Telling him to settle down.
A lot about the players he recruits.
Stay within yourself. Don't try to overthrow the ball. And just rock and fire.
Team,
do what you've been doing.
It don't ever seem like that there's panic in the dugout. They don't have a lot of team meetings in there when they're behind. They know they're going to get it done. But I tell you what I've seen out of Hunter Dietz is he's been up in the zone, and that's when he's had his issues. He was kind of pounding the bottom part of that strike zone the first few innings, and now he's not finishing those pitches. That was a much better one right there.
That one finished below the zone, and he got Peters right over top of it for the strike. But more to your point,
Steven knows.
A lot of the damage that's been done has been up in the zone. I mean, even when you think about the hit by pitch, that was about shoulder high.
Yeah, I think so.
And the 1-1 nicks the outside corner for a called strike.
Yeah, really nice cutter right there. Started off the plate. Brought that one back in, but it seems like, the fastball is really sailing on Hunter Dietz right now, so I wouldn't be surprised maybe that back foot breaking ball right here.
1-2 instead. He tried to go outside with it and just missed. And the fans in attendance not terribly happy with that decision at home plate, but it pushes the count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Southpaw trying to get out of the inning. And he gets a swing and a foul tip. So Peters hangs around on what looked like it was going to be an out pitch there. He went to the pitch you had thought maybe he'd go to one earlier, and he ends up getting a swing and a little bit of just a kiss of the bat.
Yeah, that seems like the pitch that Peters is having a little bit of issue with is that cutter almost going to that back foot breaking ball, and see if he doesn't throw it one more time.
Got him.
Instead, he goes outside corner breaking ball and gets a called strike 3. That is number 8 for Hunter Dietz.
Maybe a little home cooking there.
The Hogs lose the lead. It is a 3-2 game, and Xavier out in front.
Little home cooking there, maybe. Yeah, Dietz, I would probably give him another start. Maybe 2. And if we get the same results we're seeing now, he just going to have to move him to the bullpen because he can give you 2 good innings and get you out of a jam or stop a run by somebody.
Bless you.
Excuse me. All right, chat. We need to get these likes up. If you want to see softball this week, I need 100 likes. Tip, I really am impressed with how much you know about sports. I love to see that.
I'm going to be radio silent for a second.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Phil, we had a crappy defense, so I agree on that. So
really working that fastball up in the zone. It's about 92, but it's got a lot of late life and carry. And again, it's all about location. You know, he just looks like one of those guys that just knows how to pitch. And
guys,
think like high
this is
range,
the
like
glitchiness is not us.
Is 2 pitch up in the zone. You know, years past it was always
It's
like, hey,
the
we're
broadcast.
down the zone.
Just
but
so
I
you
think
know,
you can have a lot of success. Hitters think they can hit that high fastball, and it just takes off on you, and it's really tough to. If you make contact, it's probably going to be a fly ball or pop up.
Yeah, you really have to. You still have to kind of get on top of it, don't you? And
That's
when it's
right.
up that high, it's tough. Yeah, Ryder Helfrich up there at the plate, and he finds himself in a 1-1 count. We mentioned now it's a 1-run deficit for the Razorbacks after Xavier put up 3 runs in the top half of the inning. And we could be talking about a different game as far as Noe goes.
I mean, that makes sense.
If he doesn't find a way out of the first, because don't forget, he had the 2 outs, but then a single, a homer, a walk, and a single. Not only made it a 2-0 game at that time, but you still had some guys out there putting pressure on Noe, and he was able to get out of it with a pop-out, and now he's cruised.
Yeah, he's looked really good. And, again, I love how he just mixes up locations. There's a fastball kind of up and in. And it looks like it's a pretty straight fastball, but I think that at the end you get just enough tail to miss the barrel. And, boy, he's looked really good. Let's see Ryder Helfrich trying to slow him down. He is looking back at the pitch clock at the back behind home plate. He did not like that call right there.
And gets rung up on that pitch for strike 3 called. That's number 5 for Noe so far in the first out of the inning to bring up Camden Kojal. Kojal, a 2-run homer back in the first inning that gave the Razorbacks an early lead, and now he comes up with
another strikeout
clear,
looking.
and the Razorbacks trailing by a run. That ball looked like it slipped out of Nobe's hand and landed a good 3 feet outside of home plate and up.
I was just about ready to say that Nobe looks like he's just got on cruise control.
I can't figure out why we're not pulling the trigger on those.
Pitch. That one really got away from him.
There's a swing and a miss, so he comes right back and gets the strike to even the count up. If that was cruise control, the transmission might have slipped there for a second.
I think so.
That was a tough one. But sometimes it is hard because you have to have just the right grip pressure on that ball to get it to do what you want it to do. That ball's popped up third base side, but headed for the seats and out of play. And if you don't get that pressure just right, and it's not just, I mean, when you talk to guys, it's all through the fingers, right? It's some pitches Phil. I do the fingertips. Sometimes I do the base of my fingers. Sometimes it's the palm. And if you don't have that right on the pitcher throwing, that is the result sometimes.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard. We don't have the track man up here in the booth, but
that ball slammed high in the air to left field. Mensick on the warning track looking for it, and it drops up against the wall. Kojal around second, headed for third. Mensick picks it up and gets it into the cutoff man. But he's into third base.
Could we see a cycle today?
Here in the third inning, and the Hogs down by a run.
He's got the two hard ones out of the way.
Up.
That's going to look like a triple in the book, but I think that's a ball that Mensick almost gave up on. You see Kojal, he hits that ball. He thinks it might have a chance to get out, and the wind is really blowing, from the left field foul pole over. And this ball just keeps carrying away from Mensick. You can see he thinks he's got it.
I got a poll going right now,
keeps blowing
Phil,
that way. And
but I see if I can end it and do another one for you.
Off the wall, and Kojal is standing on third base.
Aloy takes the first pitch outside to start him off in a 1-0 count. I wonder, it kind of looked like he was looking back into the sun, but he never kind of made the I'm shielding my eyes. I can't find it. It was a very casual kind of run over looking for the ball, and then it dropped 4 feet over by the wall.
Probably the best RBI guy for the Arkansas.
Come on, ESPN.
Foul territory, third base side. Hammond looking for it. He gets called off at short. Eddie Peters makes the catch, and that will be the second out of the inning.
Yeah, kind of the cardinal sin of a hitter is you, with a runner at third, 1 out or less than 2 outs, you don't want to strike out, you don't want to pop up. And Kahil Aloy just needed a sacrifice fly and just got under that one a little too much. Now it's going to be up to Reese Robinette and see if he can't pick up Camden Kojal over at third base.
Thank you, Joe.
2 outs, 1-run lead for Xavier. Ball through the right side for a base hit. Kojal comes around to score, and Robinette drives in his third of the season on his second hit of the day.
Well, Noby tried to come inside with that fastball. Great read and nice job by Reese Robinette pulling the hands inside the baseball. Watch him get the barrel head out. That's a great pitch, but boy, you can see Noby's reaction after that ball shoots through the hole. He threw it exactly where he wanted to, just a better swing by Robinette.
And that's the swing that ties the game. It's 3 apiece. Mike Anu digs in and takes a pitch on the outside edge for a called strike to get things rolling here. And Noby has given up 2 hits in the inning. He's also got his 5th strikeout of the game to lead off the frame. But now he's seeing his 5th hitter to the plate here as Anu popped out to first, steps back in. The 0-1. And that time he takes a pitch out over the plate for a called strike.
It hit the corner. It barely hit the corner.
Make a nice job by Noby. Again, seems like he's one of those guys that really doesn't get, too emotional, not too high, not too low after that base hit that tied the game, but just comes right back and pumps a couple strikes and gets the punch out of Mike Anu.
That's a big swing and a miss right there. And it's a great pitch to end the inning. But the Razorbacks get it tied up. It's 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning at Baum-Walker Stadium.
All right, guys, it's 3-3 in the bottom of the 4th. We've got 6 hits to their 3. So we'd like to see how it's going. Yeah, I agree, Steven. If you're going to call it one way for one team, you got to call it, be consistent both ways. If you're going to call the inside for both ways, or if you're going to call the outside for both ways. Ashton, you're pretty close about that, to be honest. I mean, Aloy might have a little more power, but their approach is the same in my eyes, too. Yeah, there you go. You just followed up with it. Same thing I was thinking. Phil says, woo to the pig. Absolutely. Woo pig, Sue. It ain't over yet. We got some ball to play. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. We do all the Razorback games live here on YouTube and Twitch. We'll be live tomorrow. I think the game starts at noon.
Throw it down in that back foot, the right-handed hitters. The fastball is still electric. It'll go out.
JCM, good to see you. Welcome.
But it's that cutter that's really becoming his out pitch.
Yeah, Dietz has been outstanding so far. As a matter of fact, he's up to 8 strikeouts on the day. And Tommy Townsend steps in and takes the first pitch for ball 1. But during that last half
see if
inning,
Dietz can go another inning.
Got rattled a little bit there, gave up a couple of hits. There was an error, a hit batsman, a walk. It yielded 3 runs, and we've got a 3-3 game now. So you get to the top half of the 4th inning. It's a 1-0 count. And, yesterday we talked about, in the home opener, Arkansas was out hit in that game, but they ended up winning because of the key hits in the key spots.
Yeah, timely hitting for Arkansas. And speaking of timely hitting, that's a base hit right there by Tommy Townsend.
Tapped it right through the left side.
Tell you what, that's what you want to do is, as an offense, you get scored upon, you want to come back and score and answer right back, and you have to start somewhere, and getting that leadoff guy on is so big.
Well, that's exactly what they do, and well, not only that, but Thomas, that's his first hit of the season. He struck out his first time up, and that was Townsend. Thomas is up looking for his first hit of the season, and the first one misses high and outside.
I think I only have 1 ground ball recorded by Hunter Dietz, so
because he's pitching the ball up.
Best friend, a double play ground ball, but he's only given up 1 on the ground. A lot of punch outs.
Well, there's a line drive into right center, down for a base hit. Townsend round second, headed for third. The throw splits the runners and goes to second. And now with nobody out, there's runners at first and second, and it brings up J.D. Crisp, who's 1 for 1 today.
Well, I think Townsend made it to third base. He had a quick, good, nice turn. Ball was hit so soft out to right field that
yes, Luke, we will.
Third. Now they've got runners on the corners.
If I get to 100 likes today, we'll do some softball. I think
Arkansas
Thursday
does have a left-hander,
and
Parker
maybe this
Coyle,
weekend
down the bullpen, and you might see him pretty quickly if Dietz can't get out of this
If my
jam.
chat will give me 100 likes, I will give you some softball. I got 2 days off this week.
Start Crisp off, who's hitting,
but I won't take them off, and I'll do softball on those 2 days.
Runs out of that 9-hole, and we saw earlier
if we get to 100 likes,
quite a bit of speed as well, so we can kind of
make sure you're hitting that like button if you want to see some softball this week.
He's been a big surprise for Billy O'Connor and the Musketeers. Dietz looking for a strikeout right here. Arkansas is going to concede the run to get a double play. They're going to play outs for a run right here in the top of the 4th. It's a good look at Parker Coyle.
1-1, swing and a miss. And you're in an even
We
better
just don't have
spot
that
if
aggressiveness
Dietz can
right now,
bounce
Joe.
Back here and find a way to get a strikeout or some type of simple out.
We're not pulling the trigger.
Well, we've seen him get a lot of strikeouts, like you said, 8 so far, and this would be a big one.
1-2, swing and a miss. He gets him there, and that is strike 3. Number 9 on the day for Hunter Dietz. The order rolls over. It's still a sticky situation with runners at the corners and 1 out, but Dietz 1/3 of the way through getting through this inning.
I think a lot of times pitching coaches want to see what their pitchers are made out of, and great job by Ryder Helfrich. Doesn't try to catch that ball, just smothers it, really covers up that hole between his legs, so no place for that baseball to scoot through. And that's so big. If you're a pitcher and you've got a catcher that has got the ability to
dribbler to third, backhanded on the line. Pompey over to first base. It's in time, and that's a nice play. But the run from third base does come home to score, and that puts Xavier back out in front 4-3.
Yeah, the play that Pompey had to make right there was no chance to get that runner at home. But I was talking about Dietz having the ability to bury that pitch in the dirt, the pitch to the batter before. But great play by T.J. Pompey. There's going to be a decision. Was Pompey going to play short? in Brombaugh at third or Brombaugh at short, Pompey at third, and so looks like this is the way that Pompey at third base has settled in nicely.
I got Stonehouse up there, the big fella, left-handed hitter at the plate, swings through that pitch after, well, he struck out twice. He was the first strikeout victim of the day for Dietz, and then he was the 7th. That one, he was up there on 3 straight pitches, and now he's headed over to the third base side to have a quick chat with the coaches.
Fans not really happy. I think this is one of those offensive timeouts that is more
trying to get
slow
Dietz out of
Dietz
his
down than it
rhythm.
is to really have a lot of
matter. What's going on,
conversation
man? Good to see you.
Stonehouse, but he's probably telling him that, hey, he's been getting you on breaking balls down and away, so you need to think about trying to shoot something out to left field.
Well, let's see what he decides to do here. Obviously, we talked about the wind, the way it's blowing out to right field, and with him being a left-handed hitter, it's certainly tempting to try and go for broke down that side.
Dietz, this is going to be pitched 84.
On the ground to first. 2
there
hops.
we go. He got out of
Robinette
it.
has it. Takes it to the bag himself.
Just giving up one.
And that puts an end to the inning. So, Razorbacks still trail 4-3 as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Would like to see a 0 put up there, but we'll take it and get on with it. Now we got to get the Tip says it. We'll just let her say it. Let's get the bats going. We're not trying to be Captain Obvious here, but we need to get them bats going for sure. Stop standing up there looking for I mean, you can't even say perfect pitches because they're letting perfect pitches go by and swinging at the high ones and outside ones. Steven says, way to come back from a bad start to the inning. Absolutely. That showed some poise with Dietz for sure. That's good. Somebody said it earlier. It's good experience for Dietz to be able to know that he getting a little bit of a jam there, he can get himself out of it. We had 68 likes. We close. We're getting close. We got 204 watching. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see some softball this week, we got to get to 100 likes. 100 likes at least.
Fourth.
Yeah, I'll tell you the interesting thing is, Nobi, you see him at the top of the screen right there. This is going to be pitch number 54. Hunter Dietz is in the mid-80s, so been very economical has been Jack Nobi. But I'll tell you the thing that's been so good about him, the first pitch, he is getting first pitch strike, I'd say 80% of the time. It looks like he usually goes away from those hitters.
And first pitch of the inning gets a swing and a miss. So it's a one-run game, and now the hit column has actually been a little bit closer, 6-5. But Xavier's still holding on to that lead.
Those are back-to-back 88-mile-an-hour fastball, Jack Nobi, but those are pitches that TJ Pompey, should be able to catch up to. And again, I think that Nobi's got a lot of carry on that fastball, and it just stays on plane. It's hard to get on top of.
The misses down and away with that pitch, and we have seen a home run today hit off of Nobi. That was Camden Kojal back in the first inning. Outside of that, though, the ball, we've seen some balls that have been ripped, but nothing that's been elevated and carried, I think, in that fashion.
Yeah, I think so. And props to him. It's just his ability to move the ball around the plate, the whole strike zone, just really filling it up.
1-2. This is low and away, so that'll drive that pitch count up a little bit more. As Troy said, 53 to start the inning.
They might, Steven, with somebody in the bullpen ready to back him up if need be.
Have quality at bats. See as many as you can. Get this guy deep. Get this guy deep into the game early. Swing and a miss there. Gets another strikeout, though. He's piled them up to 7, and there has been a lot of that today.
They really have.
Yesterday and 7 today. That's 19 strikeouts in 2 games.
For strikeouts, again, a fastball
or a game and a
up
half.
in the zone. Pompey just a little bit late. And, again, Jack Noby, he's just a guy that's going out there and just being real aggressive, getting ahead in the count and pitching ahead. You've rarely seen him pitch from behind, and I think he had 1 walk to Kahio Aloy.
Gets a foul ball right there from Carson Brumbaugh, the 9-hitter. I mean, both sides, we've seen some guys go up there, and when the pitchers are working the way they're supposed to, it's a long day.
It's funny, you think as a hitter, you see the wind blowing out. You think, okay, or even an announcer like ourselves, and think, okay, it's going to be a high-scoring game. And both these pitchers have, for the most part, kept this game in check. If that had been a betting man, I'd say how much. You see the flag right there really blowing out to right field. I'd say there probably being 3 or 4 or 5 home runs hit by now.
Yeah, that time he throws a breaker that misses low and away.
Deep in the outfield for the Musketeers with that wind blowing. Anything up in the air is going to carry out to right field. You can see the ball that Minsick missed out there in left center. It's a good take by Carson Brumbaugh, but that wind really pushed that ball away from him.
Yeah, and I think that was, looking back on it, that particular play, the wind is blowing just enough where that ball is kind of going to float away from you up the track. That misses outside as well. So now it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count here to Brumbaugh to the 9-hole. But yeah, that wind, it can seriously benefit you to right. It can really hurt you to left or even center field if you don't kind of have the shape going right. A line drive to first, but Townsend catches it on a knee, and the backhand stab gets the second out of the inning. Order flips over. Here comes Damien Ruiz.
Again, just a great pitch by Jack Noby. It's a fastball, probably maybe a little off the plate, but on that outside corner, that's a good piece of hitting by Carson Brumbaugh, but just hit him one of those atom balls right at the first baseman.
Yeah, that one goes down in the internal metrics a little bit different. It's a good swing, opposite, going that way. And that pitch misses outside, and sometimes it's you're not going to exactly get what you want out of it, right?
A lot of respect for Damien Ruiz's speed. Look, basemen are playing way in.
1-0 misses outside.
A little surprised, especially the first baseman playing that tight over at first.
Especially with the overshift.
Yeah, you've got 3 infielders on the left side of second base, and with him playing so far in, there's a huge hole on the right side.
Yeah, that time he gets a strike on the outside part of the plate. Not quite the corner, but certainly a tough pitch to get to. Yeah, it's certainly a unique setup that they have going here. Now the third baseman, Hammond, has moved back a bit. 2-1 boxed up there, first strike. Now you're starting to see Townsend move back with the 2-strike count. Ruiz passes the bat through the zone a couple of times. A 4-3 game. Xavier out in front. Noby gets a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. On appeal down to first. Ben Levin punches him out. And that is the end of the inning. A 1-2-3 frame here in the 4th. Xavier still leads by a run at Baumwalker Stadium in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that's 10 or 7 or let's see, 12 yesterday. I think that's number 7 or 8 today. I'm kind of worried about the sluggishness of this lineup. I still think we can come back and win this game. Don't get me wrong, but we're going to have to get into their bullpen in a hurry. We're just going to have to get this guy out of the game. And I agree with what the chat said earlier about this isn't even SEC, pitching yet, But again, by the time we get to SEC pitching, we should be ready to go by then. Parker Coyle coming in again
out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Coyle could have gone pro a season ago. Had a long conversation. Matt Hobbs and Dave Van Horn really got in his ear and said, man, we would really love to have you back in Fayetteville. And he felt like he can really contribute to this team, so he decided to forgo professional baseball and throw another year for the Hogs. But, really good stuff out of Coyle. He's just kind of one of those crafty lefties. He'll hit 90-91 with a fastball. Really good breaking ball, and again, a guy that can fill up the strike zone. You know what you're going to get, just consistency out of Parker Coyle.
Well, and it comes into a game where the Razorbacks really need him to get some outs here. They're down by a run, and we've seen today, and not only that, but yesterday, Xavier, they may be shorthanded as far as their position players and their top-tier bats. They have not given up an inch here today.
No, they really haven't. Very scrappy at-bats. I think they've been aggressive when pitches have been in the strike zone, and I give a lot of credit to their team and just their approach against Hunter Dietz. Dietz did have quite a few strikeouts, but again, a team that just battled, and you just never felt like that they had the feeling of they're ever out of a ball game. You feel like I've watched them several times on TV and before this weekend, and boy, just a really scrappy team. It goes back to that tough attitude that Billy O'Connor, the head coach, just kind of sets and instills in his program.
Coyle set, the lefty. Gets a first strike to start off the day, and if you're on coming out of the bullpen, that's something that you love to see as a relieving pitcher. First pitch is boxed.
Yeah, really good spin rate out of Coyle, over almost 2,800.
And he gets a swing and a miss on the next one to go up 0-2 here against Landon Mensick.
I don't think you have to worry about the pitch clock. You get 20 seconds in between pitches, and Coyle, for the most part, he is ready to go.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he comes in. His first 3 pitches land, and he's got a strikeout to start things off. Parker Coyle gets the Razorbacks' 10th strikeout of the game on the mound, and now he's set to face Peter Johnson out of the 4-hole.
Yeah, really good cutter right there by Parker Coyle. And, Sean, don't tell me that
whole
players don't have superstition.
Series of pitches was nasty.
We might have to zoom in on Parker Coyle's hat. I saw him walking through the lobby last weekend at the hotel down at Globe Life Field, and let's see, he's got a few sweat stains still on that hat. He hasn't gotten a new hat this year. So there you go. That's a good look at the sweat stains right there by the hat by Parker Coyle. And he's like, hey, if I have success, I'm going to ride this one out.
That's all salt and dirt right there. That kid's drinking a lot of water during these games. There's an 0-2 count now against Johnson. And, well, again, it's kind of like what we were saying about Coach Roller. You can call me whatever you want if I'm going to keep hitting the ball out. If I'm going to come in and, be able to do what he's done.
Got him.
There's strike 3.
Good
inside
curveball.
Corner painted that time, and Coyle gets back-to-back strikeouts to start off the 5th. Jonathan Fitz headed up to the plate. He's 1 for 1 today. Walked his last time up. He's also singled. Xavier leads at 4-3. Bases are clear with 2 outs. And, well, just as soon as Fitz got into the plate, he heads back over toward the dugout to have a chat with Billy O'Connor right there.
Good to see you.
You can hear some boos out of the crowd here at Baumwalker Stadium. Just O'Connor really trying to slow the pace of Parker Coyle down. You can tell he's one of those guys that just gets on a roll.
A couple walks and a couple base hits, Jay.
What Coyle throws, and I think that's more, Dietz. Again, a conversation saying sometimes a coach might even tell you what he's doing. It's like, hey, I'm not really going to tell you anything. I'm just going to slow this guy down.
So with 2 outs, Coyle ready to face Fitz. He swings and hits it up and out of play on the right side for strike 1. Now Coyle has thrown a grand total of 7 pitches, and now home plate umpire James Ainsworth is meeting coil halfway between the mound and home plate. Friendly conversation.
I tell you what I think that conversation is. It is the rules are that the pitcher's not supposed to start their motion until the hitter is in ready position, which means your hands are up and your eyes are on the pitcher. And sometimes Parker Coyle will get going a little too fast, and so it's a safety thing.
Got him strike.
Whatever he does, it's working. That one gets the inside corner. Not only that, but up. That is a really tough pitch to hit.
It's like he's throwing a wiffle ball up there.
Here's the 0-2. A swing and a bouncer third base side, but wide of the bag and foul. And wouldn't you know, Xavier's got someone up in the bullpen as well.
Yeah, they do.
Back in. Right-handed hitter Wade. It's the lefty. 0-2. Dribbler third base side, foul again. He's really trying to work that inside part of the plate.
Really good job by Fitz to really spoil a pitcher's pitch down and in. Last two pitches, that's where they've been. Let's see if Coyle goes back to it or he tries to move away.
0-2. Another chopper, this time to short. Brumbaugh has it, throws to first, and it's in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Parker Coyle, the senior. 2 strikeouts, and it's a 4-3 game. Xavier still has the lead out here at Baum-Walker Stadium.
Now we just need to get the bats going. Hopefully we're getting into their bullpen. They did this kind of against Louisville last week, they said in the broadcast yesterday, where they got down big. They fought back to tie it, make it was like 11-1 or something. They come back to make it 11-11. Then the bullpen come in for Xavier, and they wound up losing that game 23 or 24 to 11 or something. So if we can get into that bullpen, we might be able to get some runs going, but we're going to have to make hay against these starters, though. We can't let these starters shut us down like they have been. Gage, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. We're at 242, and we got 74 likes. Got to get to that 100 like mark. Remember, everybody, if you want softball this week, it's on you guys.
Xavier is still holding on to that 4-3 edge. We saw somebody warming up during the last half inning for Xavier in the bullpen, but they've sent Jack Noby back out there for another inning of work, and why not?
Yeah, I think they're going to keep trying to ride that horse as long as they can. You can see his pitch count
is
fans. Right at 70.
Make sure you hit that follow button
now,
over there on
you might even see,
Twitch. We
they
let
him go maybe 90 pitches. A lot of those pitchers this time of the year have kind of built up to about 90 pitches. That's what Matt Hobbs said for the Arkansas pitchers. Hunter Dietz went close to that. So, again,
William, that's
success.
Yeah.
And his ability to get outs, and he really hasn't had a lot of pressure situations. And it's funny how that really has an impact on, how many pitches a guy can go. Does it feel like you have a hot leverage pitches, or is it, you're just kind of in cruise control? And that's what, like we said with Noby so far in this game. He's just kind of had it in cruise. He's in that left lane hammer down.
There's a fly ball to left field. Souza busting it up the line, but Mensick is there, and he makes the catch in left field for the first out of the inning. That brings up Ryder Helfrich, and yeah, I mean, it really hasn't even looked like hammered down. That first pitch he threw was a changeup that missed just a hair off the plate, and then he comes right back and goes middle with it, and gets the out.
Yeah, and again, the fastball is not electric. It's not in the upper 90s, but again, with really good location.
There you go.
That ball's hammered to left field.
Smoked.
Mensick back. No chance.
Go.
That's up and out, and we're tied again.
Is that Ryder?
Ryder Helfrich with his third of this season. It's the second of the game for the Razorbacks.
Jump on the first pitch fastball, and there you go.
Swing right there by Ryder Helfrich. Again, He hit home runs in the preseason spring. His first
just
couple
missed the
of
Ryder
bats
Helpick homer.
of the season home runs. This is just a rocket that gets out.
Came back just in time for that home
down
run.
about knee level. And again, Helfrich really busted it. It was such a low line drive. You didn't know if it was going to clear the fence or not, but well into the hog pen.
I did some stuff with my mic.
Jack Noby, and he has thrown a great ball game, along with the starting pitchers for Xavier so far.
How do I
this
sound?
weekend. It was Ryan Peach who was really spot on Friday night.
Steven says, and just like that, we are happy again.
Bring in a right-hander here, Sean.
Yeah, you've got everybody out there on the mound. They're the meeting of the minds.
That's right, Mustard. That must be a Hogs thing.
To come out of the
so
bullpen.
We'll have to do every time we have a Hogs homer, we'll have to put Mustard in the chat. '81. You guys are getting closer. Closer to making me work 6-7 days this week. Bringing you guys broadcast all week long. Hey, appreciate it there, Razorback fans, for the follow on Twitch. Hey, that's working now. Awesome.
Hey, and that's my picture.
Yeah, I know. I put that in there to see if it would work, and it worked.
No, I readjusted my mic and got it
Hog
to where
fan,
it's like.
There's no like on Twitch. You just it's a follow. If you just give us a follow over there, that's even better, Bubba. We appreciate you.
Yeah, the only thing that Twitch has is the follow button and subscribe button, which I gifted 5 Barracks members on Twitch.
So if you got a membership to our Twitch channel, give a big shout out to Hog Wild, because he's gifted 5 over there. We will be live again tomorrow at noon. We will probably 11:30. 11:45, we will be live here on YouTube and Twitch again for Game 3.
With the bases clear,
hopefully it's going for a sweep.
Okay, Carter Muck out of Parkville, Missouri. I'm probably one of the few people in this stadium that know where Parkville, Missouri is, because it's about a mile from where I grew up. So a Kansas City native is Carter Muck. He's going to sit. He's got a live arm. He's going to sit in the low 90s, 91 and 94 with that fastball. He'll throw a slider and a changeup as well. Really quick to the plate, so you're not going to see many people try to steal off of Muck. And, again, kind of that three-quarters release, and has a lot of success against left-handers. See him get a lot of ground balls when he's on.
Well, he takes over for Noby, who went 4 1/3 with 4 runs and 7 hits, a walk and 8 strikeouts.
Thanks for subscribing, Ashton.
Yeah, absolutely, thank you.
Kozel gets popped into center field, a high pop-up. Chris coming in, he waits on it, and he has it for the second out of the inning. First one for Muck, though. And so it brings up Kahio Aloy.
Kind of some soft contact right there on a breaking ball that was left up in the zone. And sometimes it's almost better to hang a breaking ball, you know, especially if it's really high, because you're going to get that pop-up. And, you know, I think draw by Carter Muck at that last pitch.
It's kind of like golf. It's where your misses are.
That's right.
First one to Aloy, misses low. And we've seen that today where we were talking about the homer right before Noby came out, and it was a lower pitch, still out over the middle of the plate, and Helfrich able to get the barrel out on it and drive it.
That's a good hittable ball right there. I ain't gonna lie, Sarge.
And not only that, but keep talking about this wind, and I know it probably sounds like we're beating a dead horse here, but at the same time, it's like that really does provide kind of
that is correct, sir.
Wall out there, so you have to hit it hard to get it through that wind.
Oh.
Talking about a guy that can hit it hard. That's
I'm a little ahead,
right
sorry.
Here.
And he does. High fly ball deep to left field. Mensa
back to
the
back.
Track at the wall.
Oh, no, it wasn't back to back, but
another home run in the 5th.
There we go, Aloy.
It's
Aloy.
And he makes it a 5-4.
Let's go. Mustard's in the chat, baby. Mustard's in the barracks.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin that for everybody.
Well, sometimes you need your key players to come up big, and you've got a couple upperclassmen and Ryder Helfrich and Kahio Aloy that deliver for the Arkansas Razorbacks, and you can tell put a lot of life back in this crowd. You can talk about a guy with a moonshot. That is a ball that's just hit almost straight up 386 feet on that one.
Reese Robinette in at the plate. He takes a big cut and fouls it up and out of play. The thing about that swing that Aloy took,
hitting is contagious too.
I mean, he got his hips open so fast and
get some hits going. It gets contagious.
There was nowhere but up that ball was going to go.
Yeah, launch angle is not an issue for Kahio Aloy.
0-1 misses a little bit high. Well, it certainly wasn't on that one. I mean, he hit that at the perfect launch and the perfect speed to be able to hit it through the wind there to left field. We've seen two go out now to that direction.
How about 96 on that last fastball by Carter Muck? And then he comes back with a dart,
that was a good
cutter
pitch.
Down and in. I mean, if you're Reese Robinette, you're like, you look at the board and you're like, 96. I got to start a little bit
right
quicker, and then he throws
left-handed batter's back foot
slider down and in. Looks like a dagger.
They've got them. They get you in the blender when they start
That's
doing
right.
that stuff. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, left field. Vensick coming in on it, and he makes the catch. Boy, that one nearly drifted away from him, but he's able to make it and end the inning, but not before the Razorbacks take the lead with a pair of home runs.
All right. We come back, take the lead 5-4.
I don't.
86. We're 14
Luke
away.
said, "Pray Aloy."
Are we 14
Pray
away
Aloy
from
can
100?
hit.
Or 24? 8, 9, 10. No, yeah, 14 would give us 100.
Yeah.
14. My math is slow, folks.
Luke Thomas said, "Praying Aloy can hit when he gets in SEC games." Baseball's baseball, man. In my opinion.
Yeah, you're going to see some nasty stuff as the pitching gets better, but by then, you think he'd have all the kinks worked out and all the, monkeys off his back and be ready to go.
And it won't be 40 degrees outside.
No. If it was 80 degrees or more, out there today, the balls would be flying like crazy. Hey, Razorback fan, not a problem. We stream them all. We'll be live again tomorrow, too. Every Razorback game. We appreciate you tuning in.
Northeast from Conway.
If you haven't hit that follow button over on Twitch, we'd appreciate it if you would. If you did, we appreciate that already.
Looks like they do have a good crowd out there at the ballpark today.
Yeah.
I wonder how much those seats are right behind home plate.
I don't know. I've never been there.
And there you could see, Parker Coyle was 11 for 11 pitches for strikes, but the momentum swing has been a huge thing here.
Yeah, I think so. When Coyle enters the game, Arkansas's down a run, and you could see that there really wasn't a lot of buzz here at Baum-Walker Stadium. And then Coyle goes 1, 2, 3, like you said, 11 pitches, all in the zone. And then you have, a couple of your leaders of this team, Ryder Helfrich, Kahio Aloy, go hit a pair of home runs. And again, it's just a different feel after one inning of play. You really didn't let Xavier have a lot of time to have that lead.
There's a bouncer hit to second. Koschel up with it and over to first. That's in time for the out.
I don't want to butcher your name, Deluni, but we appreciate you tuning in.
Again, you got to love
Deluni Finds and Designs.
If you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, we appreciate it if you would.
The ability to fill up the strike zone.
Well, this is not filling up the strike zone. This is just owning the strike zone. First pitch to Tommy Townsend.
Good pitch.
Takes a big swing and comes up empty right there for strike one.
Appreciate you, Hog
even
fans.
The fastball at 87.
We try to.
Has a lot of ride and carry to it.
0-1.
Yes, it will. All of our times are. Cody will be Central Time. Yes.
The way it looked like evens it up 1-1.
You know, Arkansas wanted to pitch Parker Coyle last year in the College World Series, and he kind of had a little bit of some back issues. And if you remember, he didn't throw last season in Omaha, and you have a guy that can have so much success like Parker Coyle can. You know, that was kind of a big blow to the Hogs. And Arkansas is going to move T.J. Pompey over from third base to play on the right side of second base with left-handed hitting Townsend.
And 1-2 inside part of the plate for called strike 3. Just got him looking and fooled right there, and Townsend walks away shaking his head.
Yeah, again, that's the pitch. It starts out, it is right hip, and then it ends up over the dish. You know, you're thinking as a hitter, it's almost like a fastball that's up in the zone, but that pitch, it's so far in, you're going, there's no
Not
way.
a problem.
It doesn't look like he throws very fast.
He doesn't.
And then there's
But
so much
when you do that, you don't have to.
break on it. I think the hitters just kind of give up on that pitch too early.
Lost in how good that pitch was to get the strikeout. That's also a dozen on the day for Razorbacks pitching. And 0-1 fouled off, and Helford takes another one. That one got fouled right back to it. Sounded like it hit the chest.
Yeah, Stephen, I could agree if you stretch him out.
You can't really tell where anything hits from behind home plate. We got a great view of the field, but if you want to see anything that's happening behind an object, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty tough. Might have caught him on the mask a little bit, but again.
Yeah, Jabe, I can see
shocker. Coyle's 0-2.
Great inning.
Ball hit this short.
Perfect.
Brombach up with it over to first in time. A good stretch over there by Robinette.
You have to be quiet,
to close
sir.
out the inning. And so Razorbacks protecting a one-run.
You're giving it away.
Sorry.
Of the sixth.
I refreshed the screen and it went a lot further forward.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, absolutely, Stephen. It does. That's the difference between them starters and relievers. Is the relievers can come out and give 100% because they know they're only going to be out there an inning, maybe two, at the most for most of them, especially late inning guys. But your starters and middle relievers, and long relievers, you know, they don't have to go, 100% power all the time. They got to learn to pitch with finesse and location instead of just brute force. Hey, Vicky, no problem. We appreciate you. Hopefully you hit the like and subscribe button. We do all the Razorback games, football, basketball, baseball, and we're 6 likes away from doing some softball this week. Oh, Joe D said he was behind the plate for his immaculate inning. I thought he was going to be a problem before he got hurt. Yeah, agreed. That's it. Only 6 more likes to get to softball this week. 5 now. I don't know. Have we got any new subscribers on YouTube? I don't got it pulled up to even check now.
Not just a little bit ago, Ashton Wilson.
Out the most to you so far today.
Yeah, I think that the number of strikeouts, a lot of times early
we had 2,400 yet?
You see pitching kind of ahead of hitting, and that's what we're seeing right here. We're not taking anything away from the pitchers on both sides of this game, but a lot of punch-outs in this game, and you just don't see that later on in the season, at least to this level.
First pitch to Micah New, and he got
Yes.
himself a shave here.
Nice. Good job, everybody. Thank you.
Close.
And you got to 100, so looks like I'm not getting a day off this week.
And that thing
Looks
started
like we're going to be bringing some softball Thursday to you.
I'm not sure how he got out of the way of that one.
Yeah.
And may do a doubleheader Friday with softball, baseball in the afternoon and softball in the evening.
And he stays in on that one and takes a swing, but the fastball gets by him for a strike, so it's evened up a ball and a strike. New 0 for 2 so far today. Popped out to third back in the first
Yes,
inning.
ma'am, Vicky. We appreciate you very much.
So this is the first time he's coming up
we do every baseball game.
as the leadoff man.
I'm retired military, so I don't have nothing better to do to sit here and watch the sport I love. The Razorbacks play ball.
That one was 95 right there, and you had said earlier, that him touching 5s and 6s, 95, 96 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely a live arm out of Carter Mock. New in the driver's seat right here. New's really one of those fast twitch guys. I think he's going to be a fan favorite here this year. But he can really run.
Tiff, you getting him?
3-1 misses down, and he's going to get
102, Sarge.
He's headed up to first base with a free
catch.
Just
we got
the second one issued so far today to Razorback hitters.
No sleep for you.
No sleep for me. You're right.
Yeah, that was a really good take. You're
no problems. NT Kid 69.
That's
what we do.
At home.
Just hit that like and subscribe button there for us, and that's all we ask.
Ball and draw the walk. That was a upperclassman move right there.
We over 2,400 now, so we appreciate all the new subscribers and welcome to the Sarge Squad.
Pitches in for a strike. Not in near enough time though. Stolen base for Micah New.
We'd have been able to see it clearly if ESPN would get their stuff together.
Turns a walk into a 2-base effort.
Yeah, really good jump right there.
That's always glitching at the perfect moment.
Always.
Really fast to the plate.
Stone cold, man.
1-1 or 1-2.
No, thank you for coming in and Twitch and watching with us, man. Make sure you hit that follow button so you can come back and watch with us all season long.
I think New had that one stolen anyway.
When's the basketball game start? 3?
Yeah. If we get done early enough,
TJ Pompey's job is to try.
I may switch over to Twitch and do the basketball game, the rest of the basketball game, if you guys are interested in that. If you want to follow us over to Twitch to watch the Mizzou and Arkansas the rest of the game.
And so it's an 0-2 count here to Pompey. It's 0-for-2 with a couple of strikeouts, but as Troy just alluded to, you don't have everybody plays a part in this. That's why there's 9 guys in the lineup.
Absolutely, and that's a good job by Carter
Stone
Muck
Cold. You got to be
catcher.
following, man. With a name like that, I got to have a Stone Cold in my crew.
Trying to pound him in. They're not letting him.
Cody, what's up, buddy?
That ball to the right
Good to see you.
Said, hey, if you're going to beat us,
I know you like to subscribe.
With, maybe a weak ground ball to shortstop.
1-2. Misses in the
Gets
dirt,
away.
Gets away from Fitz.
Let's go.
New moves up to third base on what should be a wild pitch, I would guess. And
man on third, nobody out. We got to score a run. Insurance, baby.
Yeah, you just got to just make some contact. Arkansas's got an opportunity to get
drop a link to what, Angel?
RBI right here, and Xavier is going to bring the infield in. They're going to be in all the way around.
Gabriel, I don't know the answer to that right off the top of the here during the broadcast, but
2-2.
We'll do a
taken high, pushes it to 3-2. Not only that, but the outfield. They were already.
I'll do some research and see so I can get the answer for you, though.
A little bit more. They don't want somebody getting into scoring position if that ball gets out there.
Yeah, the outfield's still deep, infield in. It's just the 6th inning, but you feel like that the Musketeers want to try to let this one. It's going to hop through for a base hit by TJ Pompey.
It's into left, and here comes New to score. And now it's a 2-run lead for the Razorbacks after that fastball ended up coming off the bat and placed perfectly through the left side.
That's a really quality at bat right there by TJ Pompey because he was down 0-2, took a couple borderline pitches, evened up the count in 2-2, and with that infield drawn in, all you had to do is pretty much just find a hole, put that ball in play. You can't strike out and you can't pop up. And again, outside fastball, not a bad pitch by Muck. And New just walks in.
Throw over to first base wasn't in time, and the ball rolled halfway back to the mound, coming out of the glove of Tommy Townsend right there. So everybody will reset. And not only that, but you think about that at bat, Troy, and they were really going inside with those fastballs to Pompey. That was one of the only pitches he saw out away.
I would probably say football, Stone Cold, but I love baseball.
I don't know if be prepared for it.
And basketball, too.
But certainly be able to execute it.
But I would think,
I think a lot of people,
football is my best.
It's very easy to second-guess coaches. I think that ball by Pompey might still even get through the hole, even if the infield was back. Just it kind of had that seeing eye single right there in that 6 hole between the short and third baseman.
Another throw over to first base. You've got Pompey over there looking for a way to get in a scoring position, and still nobody out either. The third baseman, Hammond, playing near the line and creeping toward home plate just on the infield dirt. The pitch. Inside corner for a called strike.
you've got Fitz, who's pretty quick to the plate. I know that Micah New stole second base. Fitz can really get the ball down to second base in a hurry, and Muckcher is probably 1-1, 1-2 to the plate with a really good pickoff move as well. I think if I'm Dave Van Horn, with the way this wind's blowing out, I'm going to maybe try to not run myself out of a big inning. I think Arkansas would like to get a really big cricket number right here.
Wow, unbelievable pickoff move. The throw was offline a little bit, and Townsend left the bag and got the tag down.
I think DVH is going to want a video review of this one.
We're standing over on
Thank
the
you for the
side there,
follow
just
on
put his
Twitch,
hands
one
to his
dash.
ears, so that's sounding like it's right. But Troy, yeah, I mean that's an athletic move by the first baseman to get that tag on him, regardless of what the outcome is here.
That's going to be really hard to overturn. The question is,
the strings on the glove
when did that glove reach the back
part of the glove,
Pompey?
at least
the
in the major leagues,
got
that's
there in
the way it
plenty
is.
of time. I mean, you talk about putting it right on the money, and that's the one that Coach Van Horn had to look over at first base coach Hudson Polk and say, hey, was he safe? And the first move by Hudson Polk was, yeah, he's safe. So the coach in the dugout's got to rely on the eyes of the first base coach in that situation.
And not only that, but it's a bang play for us up here. Even with looking at it on the replay, they don't have that advantage. So your first base coach has to be locked in on that play. And if he says yes, I think it's really tough to say yes in that situation, because you also have to depend on, do you have the angle that confirms what you saw?
Yeah,
sorry, I had to take a phone call.
And I like Brett's term. He calls after the reviews the pit of confusion. So let's see it again.
I think he's safe.
Perfect placement, but like Townsend, his ability to catch that ball, he's on 1 foot. Is that tag?
What do you think, Sarge?
I think he's safe too.
I think he's going to be out. No, I just can't see where that is going to be overturned.
You can't
unless
there's another thing.
Is they don't
they need another angle.
Say, yes, 100% he was out. It just needs to be muddy enough for them not to be able to overturn it.
It's a call confirmed. Taking a long look at it. So to me, the longer they take, I think the chance of that they might reverse this call, because if it's usually definitive, then they're gonna roll with it. But I think Carter Muck's throwing a half inning or more in his warm-up pitches. He's even done. He's like, I think I'm going to stop throwing. I'm going to keep a little in the tank.
And not only that, we didn't even get to the part here where if this stands the way it is, this could be another one of those momentum hooks that we've talked about, where all of a sudden, you get that pickoff at first base, you get the out, and now you're sitting there going, okay, we can just focus on the hitter. We don't have to worry about.
I think as long as it's taken, they're probably going to overturn this, Sarge.
Like that, we could just focus on the guy at the plate.
I think so, and even though it's still just a one-run game, but it does
like
kind of feel like a pivotal
anyway.
call. It's Arkansas's definitely taken that momentum. We talked about that earlier, and then but this
Connor Diamond with the gifted sub on Twitch. Appreciate you, sir. 29 out of 30 for our sub goal on Twitch.
The longer this goes as well, as we get another look at it here, Troy.
So you don't look like he's touching him right there. His hands on the
base.
Is the glove on the jersey?
Yeah, that's really the $1 million question.
It doesn't look like it because his jersey would move.
I was going to say, you know who may suffer the most out of this long layover? Muck.
Yeah. We should have kept a stopwatch. Let's see what we got here.
So there you go. The out stands, and now we get to see what that momentum shift looks like, because, again, that's a huge
I don't agree, but
situation to walk
I don't get paid for that.
Be able to erase that second
I think he was.
It's hard to tell.
So.
It was probably because there was no definitive evidence either way, so they went with the call on the field.
6-4, and they pounded out 9 hits. They do have a pair of errors on the day.
1-1 on the ground towards short. Peters up with it. sidearms it, and that is in time to first base.
I need to see
for the second
Brumball
out of
start
the
hitting
inning.
the ball a little harder.
So pick off, and then a 6-3 rolls the order over, and here comes.
He's
Damian
had one
Ruiz
line
again.
drive, really good one.
I think they're going to have a pinch hitter. Looks like Christian Turner is going to come in and pinch hit for Ruiz. Turner's got some really good speed.
Yeah, he does.
He can really go if he hits one in the gap. I think he's around a 6'4", 60 guy.
And the first pitch to him gets in for a called strike. So Turner, 167 so far early on in the year. He's got a pair of walks to go along with his hit. He's also scored 2 runs, so obviously you could tell in the early going when he gets on base, he's an important part of the offense.
Yeah, I think so, Ashton.
And steady dribbles it through the left side. Stays down on it and just pokes it through that big gap. And right back at it, Arkansas has a base runner. Second hit out of the leadoff spot today, and this time Turner's the benefactor of it. It brings up Nolan Souza, still with 2 outs though.
This is a tough place if you're Dave Van Horn. Do you want to try to steal Christian Turner, or do you want to leave him at first base and let Nolan Souza have a big hole to hit through over there?
There's a spin and a throw over to first, but that's not in time.
Yeah,
so
James,
gets back in
I agree.
First and safely ahead of him.
100%.
Arkansas's already seen that Carter Muck's got a really good pickoff move, so might see him be a little bit closer to first base.
And that pitch to Souza misses a bit outside there. Kind of faded away
We'll
from
see
him.
Souza smack
Makes it a
this
1-0
ball.
count. Yeah, and you can even see on that first lead that Turner took.
Yeah, if he just puts it in the
that
gap,
normal path
Turner
over there in front of
scores.
the base, and then there's that little bit extra that the fast guys are getting to, and he's sort of staying in that normal lead. As that one clips the outside corner.
Hey, thank you, Tiff. Appreciate that.
Really good pitcher's pitch right there by Carter Muck. Souza was wanting to see something a little more down the middle. They kind of caught that outer third.
1-1. Down and in. That one bounces up and actually hits Souza on the back. And Turner, a late break, moves up to second base on a little bit of confusion. That ball was a little bit of a dirt ball, and it ends up costing Xavier an extra base with the runner on.
Yeah, Christian Turner got a late break on that as well, too. But I think Nolan Souza does a good job of just staying put in the batter's box, and I think his body was blocking Fitz, and Fitz didn't know where the baseball was. And so Carter Muck had to come down off the mound to come get it.
Souza waits. And takes a pitch on the outside edge that time. They're going after the top part of the strike zone, and that one was placed perfectly in that upper outside corner.
I think that was a pitch that Nolan Souza gave up on a little early.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Turner gets his lead at second with 2 out.
God, another looking
got him
strikeout.
looking. 94 dotted, and it's the 3rd out of the frame. But the Razorbacks still have a lead. It's 6-4 as we head into the 7th inning in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Gotta stop hitting those. Looking at those.
Does that mean that's
strikeouts.
does that mean Ruiz is benched or?
Yeah, he's just done for the day. Christian Turner will take his place, or somebody
Could that
else.
be due to injury?
Or somebody?
or
No, just Ruiz is a right-handed batter, and they had a right-handed pitcher in, so they brought in Turner to bat left-handed against a righty.
Gotcha.
And then they'll probably replace Souza with somebody in the outfield, or Turner will stay in the game and take his position. They can shift him to center, move somebody else over to left. It's all strategy-wise. That's why when I played, when I could bat, switch hit, and I could switch hit, they didn't have to take me out the game because I could just, if it was a right-handed pitcher, I'd bat left-handed, and if it was a left-handed pitcher, I'd just bat right-handed.
Right.
We'll see, Angel, how much of the game is left. Because they're getting ready to tip off right now.
I mean, we're going to the top of the 7th, so.
Yeah.
Baseball innings can be fast.
Yeah. Jave, I don't watch much Major League unless it's the Cardinals, really.
Is yours not back live yet?
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I was looking at the chat and forgot to switch the screen.
J.D. Crisp just kind of flipped out into the outfield. It kind of caught it on the end of the bat.
Sorry about that, guys.
It was about 385 feet.
A fly out to left center field right there.
You can really tell how that baseball carries up in this jet stream.
Sometimes I forget I'm running the stream this time.
Extremely impressive so far, and certainly that fly ball will help you out. A little scary there for a moment. Maybe you hold your breath when it comes off the bat. Luke Hammond takes the first swing and connects with it. But
Tip, I hear you.
So the guy out of the
I didn't watch one game last year because it was terrible.
Inning, but eventually came around to score. So in a 6-4 game, Razorbacks have 10 hits. Xavier sitting on 5 right now, and they haven't had one since the 4th. There's a looper right center field. New chasing after it toward the alley. Makes the catch on the run. 2 away.
Mike Anu hasn't had much activity so far in this ball
too.
game.
Easy fly balls.
Back-to-back
keep
balls
your pitch count
way.
down. That's gives him could give him another inning of work with no problem.
Continues to fill up the strike zone. I mean, he is one guy, like I said, you know what you're going to get out of Parker Cole. If you're playing defense, you got to love it because you're going to be on your toes.
Chase,
he
you're
pitches
right.
quick,
you did.
and he throws a lot of strikes.
That's in for, another strike, and he has thrown a lot of strikes.
Yes.
That was number 23, I have it on the day.
That's a lot.
He's thrown 25 pitches, Troy. That ball is raked into high right field. Back it goes and gone. That clears the wall, up and out. And Josh Stonehouse brings Xavier in within a run.
You got to keep that ball away from that big freshman.
I believe that might be number 4 for Josh Stonehouse in home runs on the season. And the young freshman just turned one around to Parker Coyle. I think that was a breaking ball that was left up in the zone. And, boy, when you got a frame like 6'1", 230 like John Stonehouse,
that's a
really
grown-ass man.
Extended. You can see the second he hit that baseball, you knew Parker Coyle knew it was gone. No chance for Keo Aloy.
He married and 3
like
kids.
You said, now it's a one-run game.
Right, he's only 18.
Had a lot of momentum shifts, and you kind of feel the crowd really got quiet. Now they're kind of on their hands a little bit.
It's a very strange kind of system that's going on in this game right now. There's an attempt to check swing, but he goes around, so Mensick in an 0-2 count. But it's been home runs that have done a lot of momentum change. I mean, you could even, maybe this particular one, you could go back to that pickoff move that we were talking about. That really sort of reset the tone during that half inning.
That's right.
I mean, you went from potentially there being you get one on and sometimes things sort of pile up like a snowball down a hill.
That's right. Yeah, you're exactly right. And the momentum shift,
that's
got
a chance.
Gone
that's
too.
Blasted in the air to left field. And
Game's
that
tied
is
now.
Gone as well. Out into the seats beyond the bullpen, and we are tied on back-to-back home runs in the 7th inning from Xavier. This time, Mensick goes deep. That's his 3rd of the year and 2nd hit of the game.
Well, Sean, we talked so much about the injuries that Xavier has seen with their top 3 hitters in this lineup, but these are the guys that really needed to step up with some of those big names being out. That's John Stonehouse, Landon Mensick. He caught that one. He knew he hit that one a long ways.
Breaking ball broke right to the middle of the plate.
410 feet off the bat of Landon Mensick.
Peter Johnson Swings and fouls it off down the left field line. And not only that, but did you happen to notice where that pitch was?
Up in the zone. Yeah, that's another ball that you knew that, Parker Coyle was really hitting his spots, really working the breaking ball down in the zone, but a couple hangers and got banged.
So now Coyle misses, not something we're used to saying here today. 1-1 count. And honestly, some of the miss might be intentional after giving up back-to-back homers. There he tries to get a swing and a miss, and he gets a check swing, goes around for a strike. That was at the very bottom of the strike zone. That was a tough pitch to lay off of and almost impossible to hit.
Yeah, you might see Parker Coyle bury one in the dirt right here.
1-2. Swing and a miss. And he does. He goes below the zone and gets the swinging strikeout for the final out of the inning. But 2 home runs tie it up.
Ooh,
it's
he's pissed at himself.
As we've hit the stretch here at Baum Walker Stadium.
He knows. All right, I'm going to make a kitchen run real quick. Hopefully I'll make it right back.
Wind sprints. For the basketball game, how many points y'all think Darius Acuff's going to have today? Big Tiff says 29. Joe G says 32.
My daughters ain't here to bartend for me during the stream, so.
Mobley says 50. Angel says 35. Darius Acuff going for 33, 34. So mid-30s is what chat's saying for Darius today.
After almost going for 50, we think he's going to put up another 30?
I think he puts up 40.
No, I don't say back-to-back. I say 23, 24.
Against Missouri?
Yeah.
He might have a double-double with assists.
It's hard to put up 40-point games back-to-back.
That is true.
Runs. The first one by the big thumper, John Stonehouse. Hit his 4th of the season.
But he isn't home, though. But I say 24.
The other leader of this ball club, Landon Minsick, hits one 410 feet deep into the hog pen. And we've got a knotted-up game at 6, Sean.
It's been a good one so far, and Hogs fans, this is the second home game of
What'd
the
I do,
season.
Joe?
They're being treated to a good one right now, though I'm sure most of the folks in attendance are on the edge of their seat. Tie game, and there's a lash right back up the middle and a diving stop by the second baseman, Thomas. He got up and tried to throw. It looked like he was trying to wing it to first base, but they say caught it clean, and that's the first out of the inning.
I think that was just an excited reaction. He was showing some emotion right there off the bat. You're thinking, okay, that's going to get by him. Watch this reaction.
That was a nice catch.
He's like, yeah, well, I made that great play. He was letting the whole stadium know about that one.
It looked like he was trying to throw him on the first base at a glance, and then you look back, and it's like, yeah, it's a big fist bump. Righty kicks and fires. There's a swing and a miss. This time you've got Kojal up to the plate. Of course, homered back in the first inning. Nope. Yes, homered back in the first inning, and then had that triple a little bit later. Swing and a miss there. Last time up, he flied out to center field. He was the first hitter that Carter Muck faced when he came into this game. Muck has given up a homer and 3 total hits, but steadied the ship enough to get Xavier right back into this one after being down 2.
Yeah, he really has. And you feel talked about momentum shift, even the ball that Helfrich hits, and then if Muck can get Kojal right here, you really have the difference of an inning, because you feel like that the stadium might have started really getting some life into it if that ball would have gotten through by Ryder Helfrich. Muck's wanting another baseball.
We've seen that a few times today, too. Just kind of get rid of it. Don't like the seams.
Yeah,
don't let there's a scuff or something.
You wonder what it was. It's got to be the field of seams.
1-2 line drive to right field. That's in for a base hit, and Kojal has his 3rd knock of the day. He has been lighting it up there at the plate so far.
All right, all he needs is a double
Dogs have a
for the
base
cycle
runner here with one out.
Well, again, you talk about momentum, and look how big that play is by Thomas, spearing play that he got off Ryder Helfrich. If he doesn't make that play, you probably have runners at first and second with no outs, but you also have Kahil Aloy up, who just can launch one out of the stadium at any time.
Well, that's what he did his last time up to the plate. Hit a homer 386 to left field. That's through the wind, and he hit it a mile in the air, and it just kept carrying. He's also walked in this game, but that was his second home run of the season. So now he's back in with a runner on first in a tie game.
Just feel like Aloy is really locked in at the plate right here.
Well, he's taken a few of the pitches like that so far today, where that's sort of a borderline pitch. He kind of spits on it and ends up in a 2-0 count.
Yeah, I think when Kahil Aloy can be a little more patient at the plate and really swing at pitches inside the zone, he has so much more success.
2-0 fouled off. Pushes it to 2-1 with one out.
I've said this on other broadcasts, but I know you like to play golf a little bit, Sean.
A tiny bit.
I don't know if you know this or not, and it's been validated by Kahio's dad, but he can drive a golf ball 400 yards.
Oh, I bet.
400 yards with a swing like that. That's absolutely insane.
There's a bouncing ball back up the middle. Second baseman position perfectly. Thomas dives in and gets the out at second. Just beats Koschel to the bag, and it's the second out of the inning. That is an unbelievable play to get that out.
Yeah, I think that was a bang play at second. I think they're asking Koschel, did you get there? And I think that Thomas, the second baseman, who's playing on that left side, I think he beats him. I think this is the right call.
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
It's close,
Koschel
but he
just
beats
kind of
him.
put his hands out to the side. The coaching staff was kind of going, did you make it? We'll challenge. We've got one left. I think that was a smart move not to challenge that one.
Absolutely. There's a swing and just got a piece of it to foul it back. Reese Robinette is there at the plate, and that's just a strange play, because if that shift doesn't happen,
Steven,
there's a chance
I think that check
squeaks
bounced,
through.
Bubba.
Yeah, I agree.
Instead, they've got it played perfectly. 0-1.
Well, you talk about some strange positioning. You've got the shortstop's almost behind second base, but Thomas, the second baseman, is in shallow right field for Reese Robinette. That is a deep playing second baseman.
1-1. Misses outside. It is strange to see it, because when these guys, whoever makes it, goes to the next level, this gets taken away.
Yeah.
You have to have two players on each side of the bag. None of the infielders can have their feet off the infield dirt. Whereas here we're seeing a lot of the overshifts and the unique setups defensively that can help you get a lot of outs. Everybody always goes to when it doesn't work, right?
Right.
Oh, you left that big gap over there and stuff. But they don't realize that the other 9 times that it happened.
You wouldn't do it if the percentages weren't in your favor.
Absolutely. It's and they do that. Like, it's crazy the amount of numbers that baseball teams have now to know. You know, this is, if you had to develop an alley for this hitter as to where he's most likely to hit the ball, they will tell you to the square inch.
Yeah.
Where that's going to be on the field.
That is true. The metrics and the analytics don't lie.
2-2 misses outside. It's a full count here to Robinette.
So Kahil Aloy's going to get a head start. You're going to see Townsend, the first baseman, play way behind Kahil Aloy. He's going to be able to get a huge lead. Something in the gap is definitely going to score him from first base.
There's a lot of room with the outfielders playing deep. 3-2, runner takes off, and that's bounced foul on the first base side. They'll do it over. 6-6 game. Arkansas's got 11 hits in this one. Xavier with 7. Hoping to pound out a few more, though, and see if they can't knock home a run or two and move to 2-0 at home this season.
Well, that Xavier outfield's playing really deep.
3-2 wide of the zone, and Aloy had taken off, but he'll get to cruise into second base. That's a walk, the second of the day for Muck. Now there's runners at first and second as Micah News steps up.
I think that's probably going to be one of the easiest takes that Reese Robinette's going to have on the season. That missed about 6 feet wide.
Just a bit outside.
Bring out Ethan Landon, the pitching coach for the
Just a
Musketeers.
bit. That thing was 6 foot to the right of the plate.
They do have someone
I was
warming
acting
out
like
in that
the
bullpen
major
on the
league guy.
right-hander, but
Ah,
you get the feeling that if they could just stabilize Muck, and you have to remember there's 2 outs in the inning right now, so
Right.
he can certainly get out of it. Let's see, right now 45 pitches for Muck so far, the right-hander. 2 1/3. Give up 4 hits so far with a couple of walks. Looks like we got a pair of arms throwing out there and left. New swings through the first pitch for a strike.
Boy, really good fastball. Tied up Mike Anu right there. Yeah, Muck's got a lot of
big 2-out hit
good
here.
tail on that fastball. Definitely runs into the right-handed hitters.
The 0-1. New tried to check the swing and actually got a piece of
Right,
it with
Steve?
the bat, so it's an 0-2 count.
Kind of one of those excuse me swings, and you can see the second he made contact with it, really frustrated with himself was Mike Anu. Big difference being 0-2 instead of being 1-1.
First and second, 2 away. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Mike Anu. He ropes it foul down the left field line. You keep that one a little bit closer to in play, and that's a lot of trouble out there in left field for Mensick.
Well, Fitz, the catcher, set up down and away for that breaking ball, trying to get a swing and a miss, and that was a mistake. That was down and in breaking ball, and that's how come Mike Anu hooked that ball foul so far. But you're probably going to see a pitch off the plate or way outside.
Tried to go up that time, and it was a good job by Fitz to try and drag it down into the zone, but that fastball was just a bit too high. It's a 1-2 count.
So there's the show me. Change the eye height so he goes up with a fastball. Now you might want to go down and away with the breaking ball right here.
1-2. High chopper to short. That's picked clean. Peters gets it to Thomas, and they get the out at second base. That's Robinette down on the 6-4 putout. So that ends the inning. It's still a tie ball game here at Baumwalker Stadium.
Still a tie ball game.
too bad that thing didn't hop a little higher over the shortstop there.
Yeah. Them clutch hits. Gotta get the
Tennessee
clutch
took
hits.
down Vanderbilt in basketball 69-65.
We need somebody to take down Florida before we get there.
9-6 Missouri right now. Looks like we got a new pitcher on the mound.
He just kind of has that bulldog
Steal
mentality.
Eves.
Eves will sit probably 91 and 94 with the fastball. Good breaking ball. Really doesn't throw a lot of changeups. And again, you know, his most famous moment, I think, for Steele Eves is when Arkansas won the Super Regional. He dove into the pond behind the field, which is questionable at best to what kind of
What's up,
critters
SP?
are out there in the pond. But, yeah, he definitely is a guy that's going to go right at these Musketeer hitters, and with their aggressiveness, this is going to be an interesting matchup.
Well, we'll see what he can do here. He's ready to face the 5, 6, and 7 spots in the order. So
I don't know that I
got
can
Jonathan
argue that
Fitz,
fact,
the catcher,
Ashton.
on his way up to the plate, who's won
He's
for
done a
2 with
lot
walk, and then you got Eddie Peters and
for
Tommy
sure
Johnson,
for this
all headed
program,
up to the plate to take
but
on
just comes
Fitz
short of the big
in this
prize.
one. 6-6 game. As
I
we
sure
get to
hope
the
he
top
gets
of the
one
eighth.
though before he
Another nail-biter
retires.
here. Right-hander set, ready to throw the first pitch of the game for himself. And that one misses low and away.
I can't argue that
5 on
fact,
fastball,
SP.
So he's off to a quick start, even though it's a 1-0 count.
Yeah, it was pretty blatant,
Fitz,
in my opinion.
29 average now on the year. The 1-0.
Man, this
And
boy
gets the
throws some
inside
sauce
corner
down the plate, doesn't
for
he?
a strike.
Yeah, runs up there about 94.
Yeah, Eves will fill up
95.
that strike zone. He'll definitely challenge the hitters. Throws a lot of fastballs. You'll see that mix in the slider as well, but pretty much a two-pitch mix guy.
There you go. Sit down.
1-1 gets to the outside
Oh,
edge for a called
sorry.
strike. It was a good breaking
It's
ball.
only
planted
second
out
strike.
there.
Here, take this pitch and sit down.
It's always nice when you can go to the bullpen and know more days than not. Here's the 1-2. On the ground to second. Kojal has it.
Hey,
Sidearm
Kojal got
throw.
it.
It's in time. That's the first out of the inning on a 4-3 put out.
He thought it was an armadillo that time.
Nice
You
I
know?
was
when you
just
you
getting
can
ready
call
to say
into the
that.
bullpen, and more often than not, they're going to come in and be in and around the zone. I don't think that there's any more sinking feeling.
Yeah, I
a
think so,
reliever comes
Steve.
in and he just doesn't have it that night, and all of a sudden you're in the dugout praying for the third out of the inning.
That's right. It's the guys you trust, I think, is what you feel like as a coaching staff.
It's hit into left field, and that's down for a base hit. So Peters steps in, and he gets his first knock of the day. It brings up a left-handed hitter in Tommy Townsend.
Just kind of one off the end of the bat. Not hit very hard, but good swing by Eddie Peters.
Able to just rake that into left field. And now there's a runner aboard for Townsend, who steps in 1 for 3 on the day with a couple of punch-outs, but he had a single and scored a run back in the 4th inning. Townsend takes a strike that time. I went to the inside corner.
Yeah, really good pitch by Steele Eves. Down and in, pitcher's pitch. It's one of those ones that, as a hitter, you can't blame one.
Townsend takes another one. That's a strike, a delayed steal from second base, and Peters is in safely with no throw.
That could be a big base right there. The left-hand hitting Townsend, he's a big body in that batter's box, and nobody helped out Ryder Helfrich. That is on the infield, and especially Reese Robinette over at first base. That's his job to let Helfrich know that
Good
you got
pitch.
a runner out there going.
Good pitch.
Oh, 0-3 gets to the out there. Sorry, the pitch gets to the outside corner, and it's a called strike 3. So Townsend down looking. Second out of the inning, you're a little bit closer, but that runner in scoring position, certainly a problem.
Yeah, the breaking
Yeah,
ball
life,
that Townsend just
I
kinda
think
gave
it's,
up on. You see him shaking his head, thinking it's off the
we're
plate.
so
Definitely
used to
caught
putting
off
up
the plate.
a lot of runs and having really just shut the
Tanner
door
Thomas,
pitching.
Line drive to second. Kojal
There we
has
go.
it, and that closes out the 8th inning. We've got 14
I think last year we got a
strikeouts
little
for Razorback
spoiled.
pitching, but it's still a 6-6 game as we take it into the bottom half of the 8th.
You know, I'm starting to believe what Connor was telling me about how deep our pitching can be.
Hockey is here.
Yeah,
The
we just
Spinorama's here.
Commercial.
Yep.
Intensity coming in hot.
Stop commercials. No commercials. Yeah, it can be deep for sure. It's just, it's hard. And Dave Van Horn's been doing this a long time, so it's not like he's, new to this. But
No, he's just playing around with the roster.
Well, what I'm getting at here is, it's sometimes the coach will leave a guy on the mound 1 inning or 2 batters too long instead of bringing in somebody else, because sometimes that gets you in trouble. Well, I'll let you go out 1 more inning. Well, if you'd have just took him out, then maybe some runs don't score, or something like that happens.
Right.
But you don't never know, because he could go out there and slam the door on him again. So it's just one of those things where you got it. You're rolling the dice with some of the things there, but that's what he gets paid the big bucks for.
Right.
I don't know that it would even take that much, SP, to be honest with you.
Fans look like they're just a little bit shocked. the Musketeers aren't shocked at all. They expect to be here. This is a team.
But,
that,
you know, if
again,
you think
has a
about
lot
it,
of fight
Tennessee
that
a
comes
few
from the
years
head
ago
coach. They
had a
played
team
very
that
well
was
last
loaded
weekend against East
and didn't win.
Carolina. And
So, I mean,
won
baseball
the
is
first 2 games, and
one of
what
those
really
games
hurt
where it's
them
day to day.
It's really hard to win a doubleheader. So they had some weather coming in on Sunday, so they pushed the Sunday game into Saturday, and they lost that last game. And I think
12-11 Missouri.
They felt like that they could win that third game and sweep the Pirates there in Greenville if they would have been able to push that game back.
Yeah, I
to
feel like
Sunday.
our boys are going to be a little hungover after that Alabama
Oh,
game.
they're in a
to be
dogfight
honest.
right now, that's for sure.
They really are.
And they, you know what? They've stood their ground and they've held their own. They went up in the third inning before
You
the
say that,
Razorbacks
and
were
then
able to get a run
Acuff just drives
in
it to the
bottom half
rim.
of that frame. Then they got another one in the fourth. That's in on the hands and pops straight up in between the mound and the plate up the first baseline. And, well, that's going to be an out over there. Muck's the one who's able to get to it.
You don't see that happen very often, but again, I like Muck taking that ball. It's been a tough play for Fitz, the catcher. Townsend, the first baseman, is playing pretty deep over there at first. And again, Muck with a great job of
Yeah,
pitching
Angel, it is
inside,
a
really
chess game.
sawing
And then,
off
too,
Pompey
you
with
got to
that
bet
pitch
that
right
your
there.
piece is going to be on that day.
Arkansas is looking to get some base runners. They want the freshman Carson Ball to come up with a big hit.
The 9-hitter waits, and he swings through the first pitch.
What are you
Boy,
doing,
really
ground
locked
ball?
him up right there. That was a
That ball was
great
almost on,
fastball.
almost hit you.
Up and in, off the plate. Not a strike, but Brumbaugh couldn't hold up.
So for 3 with a strikeout so far. Lays off
Tiff,
that
I
pitch,
don't
and
know.
it
I've been
just
asking that
misses.
question all year long when we do basketball games. I think Cal
I
just
think it's
thinks
to take the
you
early
and
fouls.
I think you and
Oh, he's
I think
back
Cal
in.
thinks Ewan plays better coming off the bench. Because there's you can't explain to me there's no reason why. I don't even know why Pringle's getting as much minutes as he
Missed
is
inside that time
with
too,
his
so-
2 point, 1 rebound having.
He's in a good
so,
spot here at 2-1.
Yeah, you feel like with the power that Brumbaugh has, if he can get this ball up
Yeah,
in the air,
live
he
Tennessee
might have
beat,
a
man,
chance
yeah.
to lead the yard, and it'd be a nice time to get his first home run as a Razorback.
And
Or
he
just-
stares at
Or
another
just
one.
get on base. Just keep spitting on those pitches out of the zone.
Yeah,
and
that
I
one
feel
a
like if
little
that's the
bit
case,
looked like it was
Tiff,
a
then
little
he
bit
plays the
easier to
first
take from up here,
minute,
got
the
foot
first
down
time
and
out,
never
and then you
really
take him
started
off
to
the
turn
court
on
and
it,
put
so that's good
you in.
recognition
Okay,
out of
you
the
didn't
hand
start. Now go
to be
play.
able to track that pitch. It's a 3-1 count now. Muck misses inside, so it's a walk.
Good at bat,
One out
run ball.
walk
At least you
puts
come
runner
back.
aboard, and it's
Got
back
to
to the
walk.
top of the order. Here comes Turner again for the second time today.
A pair of freshmen, Brumbaugh with the walk. You can see this ball really fade inside off the plate. Not even really close to being a strike, but still a good take, and you just got to get on base any way you can. So Arkansas has another freshman up in Christian Turner.
Could be Steven.
Turner
it gets
moves
a-
the feet to jump back out of the way.
Ooh.
Fits a nice job blocking that
That'd
ball.
been nice
that could
if
have been
it got to that.
disastrous had it gotten past him, but
They're
instead
probably
he keeps
about
it
to
in
change their
front.
pitcher out,
And
you'd
also
think.
keeps Brumbaugh at first base.
That was in a very athletic play by Fitz, the catcher. And I think that was a good job by Brumbaugh to stay put. It's like you don't want to run yourself out of this inning right here.
Brumbaugh gets his lead over at first. He's held on. And the pitch misses high and outside. So whereas early on we were talking about the efficiency of the pitching and landing the strikes, right now, you know, it kind of seems like
Come on,
Muck
Christian. Line one
might
into
be
the
getting
gap,
towards
man,
the
and
end
just
of his
I want
day
to see you run, dude.
if he can't necessarily, you know, if he can't really start landing more, but now it seems like he's struggling a little bit. And the worst part is, like, the pitches, the shapes, they're not bad. They're just not in the zone right now.
Yeah, I think so. That was a good visit by the catcher Fitz, and now you're going to see the pitching coach come out. They're gonna make a change right here on a 2-0 count. They can see that Muck has just kind of ran out of gas, and that location has really lost him.
Yeah, Steve.
Well, he's got the coach out there, both hands on his shoulders, giving
Yep,
him a
they're
pep
gonna bring
talk.
somebody
Meanwhile,
else in.
got someone coming in out of left field from the bullpen. It's a tie game at 6-all, bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out.
We'll leave the music to be desired by somebody else. Are we going to commercial, or are we just going to stand there? Yep. All right. Acuff may be the number 1 guard off the board in this year's draft. And some pros say that and some don't. Heather, go Tigers. Are you? I don't know if you're lost. This is a Razorback stream, but we're glad to have you regardless. And you can hit the like and subscribe button because all fans are welcome here if you want to watch ball.
But next, I'm going to try to get us a new commercial screen before tomorrow's game.
Yeah. That would be great. If you could do that by 4 p.m. and get them TPS reports done by 4, that'd be great. Yeah. I think we got Dave Van Horn here.
Hey there, hit that like and subscribe button for the Sarge. Whooping soy!
That's what I'm talking about, Coach.
Man, this kid's a hoss. 6'5", 240.
Yeah. They like them big boys.
Up as well, kind of that 3-quarter release type guy. He's tough against.
But I like that ERA though, 9.18.
And righties are only hitting 200 off of the big left-hander.
Well, he takes the mound here in a tie game at 6-6. You've got a runner aboard in Brombaugh who's going to go back over to first base after the layover.
Appreciate all the
And
likes.
now
We got 268
we've got,
people watching,
Turner back up to the plate.
115
He's in
likes. So there's a
2-0
lot of
count,
people
which
that
was
ain't
the
want to
thing
hit that like
left scratching
button.
our heads is,
Make sure you hit that
Muff
like button for
coming
your
out of the
boys.
game after the first 2 pitches to the
We get
leadoff
this
hitter
Hogs
after
win.
The order rolled over, but here we are with Helsel.
I didn't think that they could change pitchers in the middle of a damn pitch count.
Yeah, they can. They can change the pitcher anytime
Really
they want.
safe lead over there at first base by Carson Brombaugh. It's not a bad job by Christian Turner because you're going to sit there and go, you're already 2-0. Make him throw a strike. You're still in a hitter's count at 2-1.
He swings and fouls it off to make it 2-2.
See how they switched. Was
Really tough to run
Last
on
guy
a
was a
left-handed
righty,
pitcher.
wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Yeah.
see
See how they brought in
Brombaugh
a
stay
lefty
put.
to face this left-handed batter.
Third baseman Hammond backs up with 2 strikes. Tough to double up is Christian Turner. He can really fly.
Break even. Swing and a miss. He tried to wait on that breaking ball and just cut right
come on,
through it
Christian.
for strike 3. Second out of the inning brings up Nolan Souza.
I think that would have been a ball.
Yeah, that was too high. He wasn't gonna do shit with that if he hit it anyway.
Good job at Christian
So why
Turner
swing
getting a
at it?
little inside information after facing the big left-hander Helsel. Souza's definitely got the power to turn this game around.
Left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. Souza tried to check his swing as that pitch was fading away. And instead, it's a strike. 0-1 count.
Steve, these guys got
These
good
left-handers
eyes.
from Arkansas are going to see a steady diet of breaking balls.
They're young.
Left arm of Garrett Helsel.
Just look for
You know
that
why
dot
this is long
spinning.
range, which is
If
wild
it's a
because
big
with how
dot,
big he is. Normally, you see those
you
guys.
know it's going to be a cement mixer. If it's a little dot,
50% fastballs and whatever
it's
else.
coming in on you.
Instead, we've seen a lot of those breaking balls, at least to start out with here.
Well, this ball's not as electric as maybe you thought it would be, in mid-upper 80s.
Runner goes. Pitch misses. Throw down to second. Does not, and they've got him. Caught stealing to end the 8th. We've still got a 6-6 game out here at Baumwalker Stadium.
Looks
That's
like
a
we might
great
be going
throw
extra
by
innings.
Fitz, the catcher. That's a breaking ball down the zone, kind of a sidearm throw. Brown ball
Yeah.
tries to slide around it, but that's a great job by Peters to make that tag.
the catcher got lucky that was that ball tailed to the second base side of the bag because that helped him make that tag.
21-20, Missouri.
We appreciate everybody that's watching us with today. Almost 300 people. Y'all are awesome. 122 likes. If you're on YouTube,
Can we get to 150?
help us get we over 2,400 subscribers on YouTube. So if you ain't one, come be one because we'd love to have you. If you're on Twitch, hit that follow button over there. If you love Razorback Sports and you want to watch Razorback Sports on the regular, we bring you all Razorback Sports all season long. Baseball, basketball, football. Gonna do some softball because I promised if we got over 100, I would do softball this week. So all things Razorbacks, let's go. And we ain't asking for no money. We don't want no money. We don't want your money. We just want your likes and your subscribes, and them are free. And your follows. But if you do at some point ever want to give us a super chat when we can, we'd be grateful for that.
And Troy, we've been bolstered by home runs. There's been 5 of them so
Or
far.
sub
the
over
wind's
on
been
Twitch.
blowing out, and anybody that gets that baseball up in
That
the
means
jet
a lot
stream
to
has
us.
had a lot
Really
of
helps the
success.
channel
I think
out.
the only runs that have
Because you would not believe how much it costs me to
besides
get
the home
everything I
run
need to
is
do to stream
a
this,
ground ball and the E2
all
E4
these
by
games.
Cam Kojal scored a pair of runs for the Musketeers, but we were talking off camera, Sean, and Xavier is exactly where they want to be. This is a team that is schedules tough games year in, year out, the 5th toughest schedule a season ago. They're not afraid to come up and play against the big guys and tough
Yeah,
environments.
we're monetized on Twitch.
Again, it gets back to the
Not
grit
YouTube.
and the determination kind of set by head coach Billy O'Connor.
Yeah, it does, Angel.
The 0-2. Crisp lays off and it misses outside to make it 1-2. Yeah, and I think it goes, he was even talking about, Billy O'Connor was talking about, and we alluded to it earlier, he uses that schedule as a recruiting tool because when you bring that schedule to kids that are going to go to Xavier or wherever, you're really looking at it and going, okay, is this kid going to look at this and go, I'm going to get to play in Arkansas or LSU or wherever it is, or are they going to look at it and go, that might be an 0 for 3.
Yeah. Or do I have to play there? And
Right.
Are you going to be a little bit scared?
2-2 lifted in the air to left field. Long run out there and a
Good
nice
job,
running
Christian.
grab for the first out of the inning. Turner closed a lot of space there quickly.
Yeah.
That's that speed.
This being the 9th inning, Arkansas's got their outfielders just like Xavier of playing very deep because you just don't want a double extra base hit in that situation. And this is where the wind really helped Arkansas because even though Christian Turner's got tremendous speed,
So I said earlier,
wind
Pooh Bear,
blew
I
that
said
ball
that
out to him a little
I wonder
farther.
if they're going to be hung over from all that time they had to play against Alabama in the
Hammond up to the
overtimes.
plate. Big swing and a miss. That time the breaking ball.
He's also
kinda
still
faded
playing
away
hurt,
right
man.
there. And I guess, Troy, it does beg the question. Helsel came in as a lefty, and you have to wonder if, part of that is that they trust him, but also that helps you in a matchup when the wind's blowing out for a lefty.
This is I'm going to have to smoke
Absolutely.
some
Hubble,
feel-good
great dotted
stuff to watch this.
Breaking ball on the first pitch by Steele Eves and the fastball right there. I mean, you can't walk
Some
it up and
broccoli.
put it in the catcher's
Gotta
mitt
smoke
any
some
better.
broccoli.
I think that Ryder Helfrich might have stolen a strike right there.
The 0-2. Hammond fists it back up the middle. A rambling ball behind the bag. Picked up and fired
play.
to first in time. Brumbaugh was there to make the play, and it's the second out of the inning.
Well, new for Arkansas fans, if you don't know the arm strength of Carson Brumbaugh, you saw it right there. He can come up in the mid-90s, and they might see him pitch sometime in this Arkansas career. Probably not this year, but he can get on the bump and go. So that was a tough play, very athletic by the freshman.
I'll tell you what, if he could throw 90 from the arm slot he just threw that ball from, he would be a problem at every level of baseball.
I think if you're going to steal a base and he can throw it from that angle, you're going to get down when you slide into second base.
No, you're not getting down. You're pulling out. You're just peeling off into the outfield and hoping you get out in time.
And end up in shallow right.
Josh
Wasn't an
Stonehouse
armadillo
at the
that.
plate. 0-1. On the ground to second. Diving try, but it's past Kozel and out to Aloy in right field. And so it's a knock here in the ninth inning. That's the go-ahead run with 2 outs. That's at first base. That's Stonehouse's second hit.
And I'll take that. This guy can mash the ball. So if you go put it on the ground,
I think that is kind of a relief for Arkansas. If you can just keep Stonehouse in the field of play, I think that's almost
thanks,
a win
announcers,
in that situation.
for verifying what I just said.
Stonehouse gets his lead at first. Still 2 outs as Mensick steps in the 3-hole.
Thanks for subscribing, Stefan and AL.
And he fights it off up on the play on the right
appreciate
side.
that.
Mensick's last at bat, he did.
Welcome to the SAR squad. We're glad to have you.
Back to back in that 7th inning.
Another ball gets discarded over on the first base side.
Those are going to be some pretty good BP balls. That's not.
They're going to be
One of these days they'll show up on the screen, and I don't know why it's not. Because
breaking ball on the ground is short.
I think he turned it off.
Has it, throws it to first. It's in time. Eves is out of the inning.
Yeah, I
so
did.
It's a 6-6 game. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and the Razorbacks have a chance to walk it off on a Saturday afternoon at Baum-Walker Stadium.
That night we had 10,000 people watching. It was nonstop subscribing.
Da-ding, da-ding, da-ding.
Yeah. So I had to turn it off. So I forgot to turn it back on. So sorry about that, guys. You should have popped up on the screen there, but we still appreciate you. I like your thinking, Tiff. She says, let's walk this off first pitch.
Hell yeah.
I haven't ate since 5 o'clock this morning when I was playing Call of Duty with Joe G. And I'm fat. So that's not good to be hungry when you're fat.
That's why I was eating leftovers before we kick this thing off.
Let's go. Let's get to 150 real quick. There's 300 people, so let's get to 150 real quick, and so we can walk this off. Hit that like button and get us to 150 real quick, so we can walk this off and get over to watch the basketball. Cheer them boys on.
Yeah, we will be on Twitch with the basketball game, not YouTube.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you have that one ready, so we'll stream use your screen for that one.
I got you.
That way I can sneak away and get some food.
All right.
In a 6-6 game, and I'll tell you what, at this point, Troy, I don't know which way is up today because I've seen so many lead changes.
Appreciate that, Aaron.
If you told me that we were going to be
we're trying to build something here,
4th inning,
and
I probably would have believed you.
I know you guys see a lot of them other channels out there that are not American channels. This is a veteran channel, and some of them guys have 30,000 people watching them.
It almost feels like a basketball game more than a baseball game. But
so we want to try to build in and get some of them people to come here and watch it with us. So we're glad you guys found us and subscribed and watched the game with us.
Quick inning by Steele Eves, allows Arkansas some momentum shift to come right here, and boy, you better
got
get
it, buddy.
Really good pitch if you're Nolan Susan. This is going to be one that
absolutely
you swing
does.
at it, you feel like you can almost take this one out of the park because you just need a base runner in this situation.
Got the outfield playing deep again. Middle infield is playing back as well. 2-0.
And Tiff will figure out how to get them Razorback emojis on in the next stream or two.
Looked back to home plate and said,
because I'd like to have them for you guys too.
I don't know. But it's 2-1.
2-2.
That pitch gets the inside corner, and once again, you kind of get to look back a little bit.
That was a good pitch. Maybe a little inside, but it was close enough. Hey, there's a new subscriber. Jason, appreciate you for subscribing.
Souza swings and fouls it straight back.
Welcome to the SAR squad.
So it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes after an off-speed pitch.
James says, I appreciate y'all's service. Thank you so
Good job
much
by
for
Susan,
serving our
keeping that
country
front
and our
shoulder
Razorback
closed.
fan base. Hey, it's my pleasure, James.
He's K'd twice in this one, but he's also hit the ball deep to left field a couple of times. The 2-2. Swinging a fly ball, slicing into left center. Crisp back, and he makes the catch backpedaling out in front of the track for out number 1 in the bottom of the 9th inning. So fly ball to center field brings up Ryder Helfrich, and this is going to be one of your better chances to just shut the door on the game. He's got 2 hits, one of which is a homer. And
come on, Ryder, we need you right here, buddy.
Getting a little visit here to the mound.
This might be a pitching change right here.
Yes, it is artificial. Yeah,
it
is.
The,
we make our
you
commercial
see,
break screens
He's
ourselves.
going to come out of the game. He's getting the congratulations from his pitching coach, and they're going to go right on right here. And I don't think this is a bad move.
No, this late in the game, I think that it's almost expected to get your matchup guys in there. It's a great opportunity to get those guys some work early on. But in a tie ball game, Xavier goes back to the bullpen.
Right. 32-24 Mizzou.
32-24. Ooh.
Something's wrong with Ewing.
Injuries are going to hit us at the wrong time.
Yeah, it's his foot.
Yep. Hillblaze hurt his ankle, it looks like. Right? That's why I say to throw some tape on it and walk it off. He was supposed to be available for this game, but I don't know if they changed that before the game started or not. Yeah, SP, we've needed one of those for several years, to be honest.
Last one we had, in my opinion, was Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, it does, Pooh, but we want to stay in that race for near the top. I mean, as long as we get it straightened out before the SEC tournament and then March Madness,
cool. He'll run
we'll
that
be
fastball
all right.
into the low.
That's when we want to make our
90s.
runs.
Kind of a 2-pitch mix guy. He'll throw a slider as well. So I think if you're Ryder Helfrich, you know, he's got kind of a 3/4 release guy right here. I'm thinking, you know, up the middle the other way. I'm going to try to stay on that slider. Helfrich with plenty of power to hit it out to right center field.
Look, I know this is a tense situation and everything like that, but I have a question.
Okay.
How safe do you think Billy O'Connor feels when he gets off the bus and these guys are coming off with him?
Yeah.
These are some big dudes coming in out of this bullpen.
Nobody's going to mess with you after the game if you take the bus somewhere. Yeah, these are some guys that should be playing some football.
Helfrich, line drive to short, one hop, and a nice backhanded pick. Peters to first, and it's in time for the second out. So Poole comes in and gives up hard contact, but to the perfect place on the infield.
Comes down to Aloy.
Really good positioning right there by Xavier. Had the shortstop Peters just kind of swung around in that hole just a little bit. This is a little interesting. The umpire walks the baseball all the way out to the pitcher. They're going to have another conversation here. There's nobody in the bullpen, so I think this is just going to see how do you handle Camden Kojal. He's already hit a pair of home runs
Well, it's Kojal,
in
didn't
consecutive
Aloy.
games, and so they're like, hey, let's not leave anything up.
Come on,
this guy. I
Kojal,
know
walk
he's
it
a
off.
second baseman, but he does have some pop.
Well, if he didn't know before, you know, coming into this game, you know, Kojal had
Kurt,
the
appreciate
four,
you
the
giving
three
us a
home runs.
follow
He
over
hit
on
his fourth in the first.
Twitch.
He has
I got to
a triple
change
in the
that
third and a single in the
color
seventh.
because I can't read
So,
that.
Kojal just a double away from hitting for the cycle.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to mispronounce your
That's
name, but
big.
we appreciate your
I think
follow.
Cam would take a home run right here.
Means a lot.
Yeah, I have a feeling everybody in the first base dugout would. And probably, I don't know, 99% of the people in the stands.
We should
Pretty-
be getting
pretty
close to
safe
650
first
or
pitch.
more on
Breaking
Twitch.
ball down the zone.
Hey, look at there.
Not to try to keep anything elevated.
We reached our follow
Kojal.
goal
He swings and misses.
of 660.
Saw the helmet bob there as he came through on the backswing.
Thank you, everybody. You guys
After
are the
that
best.
Breaking ball down, kind of on the inside, and just couldn't connect with it. So it's evened up at 1-1. The right side of the infield playing back, along with the shortstop Peters. 1-1. Tried to loop a breaking ball in there, but it missed low.
That's 3 straight breaking balls that Kojal has seen. Again, the one he swung at was probably a ball, just a great pitch by Poole, but you can say everything is below the knees. It's like, okay, let's not hang anything to Kojal.
2-1. That missed down and in. Pushes it to 3 balls, 1 strike. So a true hitter's count with 2 outs here. We'll see what they decide to do here with Kojal, because on one hand, as you mentioned, he's been on a bit of a power swing lately. But at the same time, the base runners are important, especially with the 2 outs.
And you bring Kahil Aloy up, who can hit it out of, Yellowstone, I think, if you needed to.
3-1.
There it is.
Drive hit hard into left center
In the
field,
gap.
tailing and down,
There
rolls
you
all
go.
the way out to the base of the wall.
There's a double
Kojal
at least.
headed to second. He's
A
in
cycle.
with a double. And
There it
he hits
is.
for the cycle.
Who bet that who took the poll on Twitch and said he would hit the cycle
I
today
don't know
because
if
you
he
just won.
realized that. Maybe he does, but that is hitting for the cycle is really rare. I never did it, and
That's awesome. Good job,
that's
Camden.
Very, very impressive. I think maybe the last one might have been Robert Moore. They just announced it in the stadium. He's getting a standing ovation right now from the faithful at Baum Walker.
It's an incredible feat. Like you said, incredibly rare. There's a lot of luck involved with it, right?
The triple's the hard one. That's usually the hard one to get.
Time called right before the pitch was thrown, and so Aloy still in an 0-0, or no, actually, they call a pitch clock violation right there, I think.
1 ball, no strikes.
All right.
Yeah, single to the outfield scores a run, wins the game.
Pull set. Checks the runner on second with 2 outs.
Way to go,
Here's
Phil.
1-0. Aloy lays off. The pitch misses high.
This is a hard thing. If you're the outfield, they're playing deep because of the wind, but a base hit is going to easily score the runner. I'm surprised they're not at least a couple steps closer than where they are in the outfield. There's no chance to throw out Kojal at the plate.
2-0. Aloy lays off a breaking ball that got in. That's a really nice pitch right there.
I think that thing had some hover to it. 77 miles an hour, and that took about almost a second and a half to get to the plate.
Hard to time that one up.
That was a little frisbee.
2-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed to make it 2-2.
He was trying to
Got
send
a
that one
very
to the moon.
similar pitch in a similar spot. He was waiting for it that time.
Still a strike up and in. Tough pitch to handle.
Put a little more on it at 79.
I think if I'm Poole, I'm going to try to throw this breaking ball off the plate. That's where the catcher Fitz is setting up.
2-2.
There it is.
Lifted into left field.
Drop
Down for
there.
a base hit.
Walk it
Kojal's
off.
around third.
Let's
headed
go.
for home. The throw.
There you go, baby.
And
That
the
away. That's a
Razorbacks
walk-off
get a
winner.
win on a Saturday
W.
afternoon in
Right
Fayetteville.
here on Razorback Live with Sarge. Walk it off, boys.
They ripped the jersey off of Kahil Aloy. I talked about how deep that
Oh, they
outfield
ripped
was
his
playing.
jersey off.
When that ball was kind of cued off the end of the bat, I do not think that that's where Fitz wanted that pitch.
All right,
It
let
was
me
a
get
breaking
that
ball that was left up over the plate. And
basketball
Kahil
game up.
Aloy
1
just
second.
cued that into left
Great
field.
job, great
The
job.
speed of Kojal allows Arkansas to get away from a victory right here. That was a game that went back and forth.
We got the
Sean.
cycle
You'll have to
and the
end-
walk-off.
Well, you have to end it?
It's not
Yeah,
down or
I have to end
away.
it and restart it.
Aloy gets it. He hits just
We'll be
enough
back
of it,
on
much to break by
on
Kojal.
Twitch if
Great
y'all want to
break.
come
Goes
watch
for
the
2
basketball
outs.
game over on Twitch.
Yeah, we're going to end the stream here on YouTube and Twitch, and then we'll come back and I'll go live with on Twitch with the basketball game in just a minute here as we finish up here. We appreciate all the baseball guys and gals that come watch with us. We had almost 300 people at one time. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Tell your friends if they want to watch Hogs ball in a good environment. At least we hope that you guys think it's a good environment to come check us out and give us a chance to win them over. Get us like and subscribe from them. Hey, Tiff, thank you. We appreciate you being here. So, all right, we will be live again tomorrow. I think the game starts at noon, so we will probably be live about 11:30 so we can get to everybody in here and stuff. And we'll do it again tomorrow for Game 3. Maybe we'll go for the sweep tomorrow at 1 o'clock. That's Eastern time.
Does anybody need our Twitch?
Yeah, we can put the Twitch link. If you look in the description of this video of the live, the Twitch link is in there if you want to go from here to Twitch to watch the basketball game. Hey, thank you guys. We appreciate you guys, so you don't have to thank us, but we appreciate it very much. And salute to you guys, and we will see you over on Twitch here in just a few minutes. So we love y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow.